Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment and distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Garden & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Garden & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live high school basketball coverage on the one to count on for today's local sports, KNIA and KRLS, streaming at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app.
Here's Larissa Wells, gets it out to Emma, bobbles it, shoots, splash down, Emma Duncan.
Sprunk drives, kicks to Fancher, to Andringa, who's going to get it inside to Mulder, and Mulder with the slam!
Up and under, turnaround shot is up, no good. Charlie Wilmot tips the rebound out to himself, out to Dre, wide open for three, knocks it down! Hand in his face, and Braden Dre puts it Eagle up 46-43.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and more.
Kept the rebound, Parker Elder goes for the dunk, counted and one for Parker Elder! There you go.
Norris now with the top of the key, hands it back to Smith, back to Norris, a three, splash down, goes Landon Norris, his 15th, and it's a 7-point game.
Aiden Stoltz, three on the way! Yes, Aiden Stoltz pours it in from downtown. Eagles match their largest lead.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.
High school basketball is on the air as we welcome you live to Pella Community High School. It's non-conference Tuesday night action as the Fairfield Trojans have made their trek to the Tulip City to take on the Dutch. I'm Trevor Castle, joined alongside by newly minted Grandpa Brian Vandaloon. And Mr. Vandaloon, first and foremost, congratulations on a newest addition to the family, and welcome to the broadcast booth. Glad to be alongside tonight.
Thank you much. I was scheduled to be on with you last week and had to last minute ditch you, but we both decided that priorities were right.
Absolutely.
And we headed north to Minneapolis to meet this new guy.
364 days ago, you and I were in Fairfield. Now the Trojans make the return trek to Pella tonight to take on the Dutch. And Brian, as we get things started here with our KRLS radio pregame show, this is a doubleheader that certainly is tilted in favor of Pella. Historically, the Dutch have dominated this series in what we like to call the bound era, or for those familiar maybe with varsity bound, it goes back to the early 2000s. The Fairfield girls have not beaten Pella in that time, and the Trojan boys have only beaten the Dutch once, while both Pella teams have double-digit victories. So again, the series dominated by Pella, and as we look at the way things are going in the early going of 2022, we certainly expect this to be a good night for the green and white.
Yeah, we would hope so. They've played a couple of ball games now, got a couple things under their belt, and maybe learned a little bit more about themselves. I think both the boys and the girls programs, kind of who they are, kind of finding their identity, because they started out the year with all new pieces of the puzzle. And, I'm not going to say this is going to be an easy game, but an opponent that and you're non-conference, so it's kind of a perfect timing to, kind of put some things together and just see where you're at as you head back in for that final push before the end of the year.
Let's take a look at our McCall Monumental Radio keys to the game for our girls game. Pella's 3-2, 1-1 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. They gave Grinnell as good of a game as they've given them in years in a loss on Friday night. Fairfield really struggling out of the gate. They're 0-5, 0-2 out of the Southeast Conference, and they just really have a hard time scoring the basketball. They average 28 points per game, while Pella's averaging 51 points, and on the flip side, the Trojans are allowing 57 points per game. And Blaine Forsythe in our post-game interview on Friday, powered by Hy-Vee, told me, we just need to play 4 quarters. They didn't feel like they did that on Friday against Grinnell. I think there's a little more margin for error tonight against the Trojans, but to your point, tonight is about forming habits and continuing to learn how to play winning basketball. I think the Dutch, again, margin for error is there, but I'd love to see them play 32 minutes tonight.
Well, in the midst of all my family activities, I was trying to watch that ball game up on live, and I noticed that keys to the game. It seems like every girls' game I do, it's turnovers.
Right.
And it's who's going to be able to control the turnovers. And you were, I believe, calling that game, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yep.
There was a stretch of about 3 minutes where Pella had it felt like 8 turnovers. And that was the difference of that ball game. And, so turnovers. And then I think for Pella, a team that's struggling, are you going to give them a chance? Can you play good defense without fouling? If you're just playing good defense, I think they'll be fine. But if they give them a chance to get to the line and get some freebies and to shoot without a defender and keep it close, then you're back to who knows.
And as you look at the season stats, Fairfield turning it over 17 times per game. I actually might have thought that would have been more with their lack of scoring and a winless record. Pella's turned it over more, 18 times per game, and Blade Forsyth would tell us that's way too many.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say, and I don't know what kind of goals they set as a team, but, 15 or less would be a good step. I mean, you're not going to wish for under 10 because, they're going to try to play an up-tempo, and that's just going to naturally, you're going to have some turnovers. But controlling the tempo, controlling the turnovers, and scoring when you have those opportunities, and just playing good defense, because I think they've played pretty good defense so far this year, and I think they just need to continue to do that.
That's our McCall Monument Radio monumental keys to the game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning your memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan your memorial and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. As we take a look at tonight's colors of the game presented by Spain Painting. For those of you that watched the Pella-Grinnell matchup on Friday, it'll be a very similar look to that one. The Dutch are in their home white jerseys with the green lettering and numerals and trim, and Fairfield is in their black jerseys with the white and orange lettering and numerals and trim. So the white and green of the Dutch and the black, orange, and white of the Fairfield Trojans. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Levi Spain with Spain Painting. They're exterior painting experts, and Levi would love to talk to you now to start planning a spring painting project for your home or business. Check them out online at spain-painting.com. As we head to break here, a quick check of our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is 39 degrees outside. It hasn't been the temperature that was the problem today. The wind and the rain just made it brutal conditions. But, Brian, we're high up in the catbird seat here at Pella High School, and we're nice and cozy and comfortable as always.
That is true, and you know where the temperature is going to go in the next 10 days. This is about as warm as it's going to be.
Downhill.
We're heading into December, just like it should be.
Well, hey, folks, if your home doesn't stay comfortable during this cold Iowa winter, make sure to call on the heating and cooling experts with Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, because you'll always rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back to Pella High School. We're about 7 or 8 minutes away from tonight's opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Still have to get you the starting lineups presented, as always, by Menninga Pest Control. You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella.
Looking for an easy gift for someone on your holiday shopping list? This Friday only, when you spend $100 in select gift cards, you'll get a free $10 Hy-Vee gift card just for yourself. Gift cards include Kohl's, Starbucks, Home Depot, GameStop, Xbox, Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, and many, many more. When you spend $100, you get a free $10 Hy-Vee gift card. This deal is good this Friday only at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
If you need new furniture or appliances or bedding or flooring and you need it now, but don't want to pay for it all right now, we have a great financing program at Bruxford's Home Center. Depending on the size of your purchase, you can get 0% financing for anywhere between 12 and 48 months with monthly payments and approved credit. Just stop in and ask for any of our sales associates for details. 0% financing is available right now at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Just don't kiss her under the mistletoe. Ask her to marry you. At Gardner Collier Jewelry, we want to help make this a magical moment absolutely unforgettable. For starters, you will need a ring she will love, which is easy. Come in and choose from our selection of classic to vintage, dainty to dazzling, sophisticated and contemporary styles, set in yellow and white gold, and to please every budget. Shop Gardner Collier Jewelry, where the perfect Christmas gift is waiting. Gardner Collier Jewelry, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa, and Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa.
Gordon & Associates Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment, distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Gordon & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Gordon & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
Do you ever wonder what goes on in certain places when you're not there? Are your kids home from school yet? Are the deer moving today? Are people stealing tools from your job site? Whatever and wherever that place is, the Arlo Go2 camera from US Cellular has you covered. The Arlo Go2 is completely wireless, connected with cellular data so you can use it anywhere. And with the Arlo app on your smartphone, you can remotely monitor those places with video recordings or real-time live views anytime. Stop by Strawberry Cellular for details.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Pella Community High School. Trevor Castle, Brian Vanderloon getting you set for Pella and Fairfield tonight in non-conference girl and boy basketball action. We'll start with the girls game first, and let's get you the projected starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. For the Dutch, it'll be Tristan Gordon, Kylie Talkie, Kennedy Van Vark, Mia Warner, and Haley Van Vark. That is Gordon, Tauke, Van Vark, Warner, and Van Vark for the Dutch, who are 3-2, 1-1 in Little Hawkeye Conference play. For Fairfield, the Trojans are starting Addison Farrell, Savannah Hollander, Ashlyn Link, Maddie Jones, and Brianna Steele. Farrell, Hollander, Lisk, Jones, and Steele for the Trojans, who are 0-5 and 0-2 in the Southeast Conference. And those are tonight's starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
And Brian, Ashlyn Lisk, the only senior on the entire roster for Fairfield. They've got 12 players on the roster. 5 of them are freshmen. And so when you look at upperclassmen, they've only got 7 of them in the starting lineup. 4 juniors, 1 senior. This is basically a completely rebuilt Fairfield team, and they're trying to get it going from the ground up.
Well, I was just sitting there thinking, actually, not so much about those specifics, but your point is correct. But I was sitting there struck, and this is another whole conversation, just struck by the numbers of kids that are out for basketball.
And the lack of.
Yes. And that's another whole discussion for another time. But, you know, teams and coaches are forced to play players that are not varsity ready, and I'm sure that's part of the process that Fairfield's having to go through. If, you know, even if they're not starters per se, maybe some of them will be, but, you know, if your key people off the bench are relatively freshmen and, you know, 14, 15 years old, that's an uphill battle.
As they get ready for the national anthem, we are going to step aside quickly. We'll be letting you in on a couple of other broadcasts tonight with our Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio updates. 2 other doubleheaders on the network. Knoxville is at Sheraton tonight on 95.3 KNIA, and Norwalk is hosting Lewis Central on KNIA 3 at KNIAKRLS.com. We'll be giving you the Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio updates and checking in on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply between Pella and Fairfield here on KRLS.
With today's interest rates, if you're selling your home and moving, it is important as ever to make sure that you're bringing as much equity across into your new home. Hi, this is Mike Buchheit with Pella Real Estate Services. I recently helped someone sell their home in Dutchman's Landing for $420,000. Using our Pres Listing Advantage, they saved $9,600. When it's time to sell your home, call 628-1BUY and use the Pres Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services.
Jerry and Lucy Ellis of Pella were building a new home, and Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry made everything a breeze.
It was such an easy process. We had cabinets in the kitchen, 3 bathrooms, a utility room, and we could pick all that out in 1 hour and a half because he had exactly what you needed to make your house look beautiful.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Christmas time is here, and Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia is your place to feel the spirit. Shop the unique collection of home decor, wonderful Christmas gift ideas, including a special collection of toys for the kids. Check out the toy room. If you can't decide on the perfect gift for someone on your list, Vandenberg's Greenhouse has gift certificates in any denomination. Christmas time is here, and celebrate it with a stop at Vandenberg's Greenhouse north of Albia on Highway 5, worth a short drive.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
The signals on the car go blink, 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 blink. The signals on the car go blink, blink, blink at Central Tire and Auto.
We all share the road, so if your turn signals are burned out, stop into Central Tire and Auto and get them fixed. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new turn signals. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Do you pay attention to that piece of rubber on the bottom of your garage door? You should, because if that rubber strip has seen better days, you may be letting unwanted moisture, debris, or rodents into your garage. And a new rubber seal will help heated garages stay heated. So check it out, and if it looks like you need a new rubber seal, call the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Welcome back to Pella Community High School. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon getting you set for Pella and Fairfield tonight on 92.1 KRLS. The Fairfield starters have been introduced to the crowd, and the Dutch being introduced as we speak. Doesn't have quite the same pizzazz as it did at the United Center with Michael Jordan and the Bulls, but hey, Dave Van Gorp's doing his best down there, Brian.
Dave is the voice of Pella when it comes to that, and does a great job. I know the kids love it. It kind of gets them all, and it is about the kids, so it's all good.
All right, we're ready for the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, or at least that's what's next. Teams are huddling up. Again, for Fairfield, it's Farrell, Hollander, Lisk, Jones, and Steele. For Pella, Gordon, Tauke, Van Vark, Warner, and Van Vark. Just past 6 o'clock here on 92.1 KRLS. We're settled in. Ernie Banks would say, Brian, let's play two.
Let's play two. Let's see what we can get going here tonight.
Girls and then the boys coming up in about an hour and a half. We'll have them both on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. Tonight's video presentation is being presented by Infinity Physical Therapy in Pella. It'll be Haley Van Vark to jump against Brianna Steele. Pella moving from left to right on your radio dial in white and green. And Fairfield from right to left in black, orange, and white. Ball is in the air. We are underway with high school basketball on KRLS. Dutch control the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Tauke drives along the left side of the lane, kicks it back out, and then a little bump foul going for a steal. Hollander got a little too active on Gordon of Pella.
Fairfield starting out in a man-to-man defense. No real surprise there. We'll see if the Dutch attack. Sometimes they get complacent and just kind of play that little weave game outside, but we'll see if they look to score a little more aggressively.
Kennedy Van Vark controls the inbounds pass, has it between the rings. Again, Pella working from left to right. Van Vark dribbles towards the right wing. Inside to Mia Warner. Up, contested shot, bank shot in, and Pella puts a little pressure on with a 2-0 lead.
Nice pass that time by Kennedy.
And then a steal by Tauke, and she's quickly fouled. So the Dutch going for the jugular early here, Brian.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not a real surprise either when you're facing a team that's struggled so far this year. If you can get them down early, you can kind of have your way, and that basket starts looking bigger, and you can kind of do what you want.
Turnover on Fairfield, and then the foul on Lisk. And then Pella lost the handle on the ball, and the Trojans come away with it. So 2-0 Dutch. We've played a little under a minute, and the Trojans working in the offensive front court. Kennedy Van Vark being a pest there, knocked it away, almost came up with a steal, but the Trojans control the ball with Hollander. Out at the half-court line, guarded by Gordon. 10 against 10. Now a handoff, contested by Van Vark as Lisk passes it off to the right elbow, bounce pass, deflected by Tauke. 3-ball on the way. No, it went out of bounds before the 3.
Yeah, she stepped out of bounds.
So turnover on Fairfield, no basket, 2-0 Pella, 6:51 to go first quarter.
A couple turnovers early. Again, like we said in the pregame, turnovers can sometimes and a lot of times be the story of a girls' game in particular.
We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth alongside Brian Vanderloon. I'm Trevor Castle. Here's Warner. Great post feed as she had gotten behind the defender Farrell but missed the shot, and it's rebounded by Steele. Then she lost it as the Dutch trying to take advantage of a turnover. Kick out Gordon, 3, rattles halfway down and out. Offensive rebound, Haley Van Vark, and the stick back for 2, 4-0 Pella.
I'm going to say we got to keep hitting those boards like that. That was a great job by Van Vark.
Now a drive by Fairfield as they got past the pressure. It's blocked by Van Vark, but rebounded by Fairfield. Pass inside, working underneath the basket, and a bump foul called on Mia Warner.
Yeah, that time Mia had her hands up but just didn't keep her feet moving and kind of bumped her across the lane after she had made her initial move. So
Warner could not have played more than 10 minutes on Friday in that loss to Grinnell. Picked up 4 fouls, was early foul trouble with 2, came back in, picked up a 3rd, came back in, picked up a 4th. I mean, just could not stay on the floor.
Yeah, and she's a key player in our defensive scheme and her rebounding.
4-zip Pella. Fairfield trying to work a little 3-man game at the top of the key. It's poked away by the aforementioned Warner, who drives up, kicks it back out to Van Vark. Now Tauke at the top of the key. Backs her way up to the half-court P. Passes it off to Gordon. Screen for Mia Warner. Rolls off to the left wing. Gets the pass. Left-hand dribble on the baseline. Fall-away shot, no. Offensive rebound. Van Vark tried to stick it back up. Missed the shot. And then the rebound is out of bounds off of Van Vark and over to Fairfield.
So we've missed a couple of bunnies, but boy, you got to love that we're getting shots at 2 feet. Just kind of being a little bit hurried on them, and we'll see if we can capitalize on some of those.
Pella 4, Fairfield nothing. 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There's a tip pass and another Fairfield turnover. That is their 5th of the first quarter. And here come the Dutch with a right-hand dribble from Tristan Gordon into the front court. Pass it off to Mia Warner. Sets a screen. Drives and kicks. Tauke for 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound bounces out, loose on the floor. And last touched by Fairfield. It will stay with Pella, right side of the floor, and a 4-0 lead. Eliza Van Zee and Abby Warner check in for Gordon and Van Vark.
Yeah, I like what we're doing inside. We're looking for our post players, and we're offensive rebounding. 2 really good signs for the Dutch.
Here's Mia Warner just to the right of the top of the key. Fires and buries a 3, and the Dutch are out to a 7-0 lead. Inbounds pass against some Pella pressure, and Kennedy Van Vark pokes it away. It'll stay with Pella, or with Fairfield, as Pella touched it last.
I love the menacing defense. Hopefully we can keep that up, and like I said earlier, not put them on the line, but just cause them enough trouble to run their offense about 10 feet farther out than what they really want to.
4:51 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Pella. There's a steal by Abby Warner. Racing up one-on-one, fouled by Addison Farrell. And Abby Warner is headed to the line. And Brian, we'll call that tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal, but just right out of the gate, we saw the early bucket by Pella. They went full court pressure, and it's been nonstop pressure ever since.
Yeah, and they're obviously going to have to talk about it because it's going to be a long night if they don't get some things corrected.
And that's a vision for less timeout called by Fairfield as Pella is going to the free throw line for 2 Abby Warner free throws. And again, our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. Well, Brian, it's produced 6 Fairfield turnovers in the first half of the first quarter. We talked about it at the jump. On paper, this is a mismatch, and when you have that opportunity, as you alluded to a couple of minutes ago, you just try to put the other team in a hole that they can't dig out of.
Well, and the other thing that it does with the shot clock, again, if you make them struggle to get the ball at the floor, even if you don't steal it, if they got to take time off, and then all of a sudden, if you're not very offensive minded or skilled to start with, and then you got 7 seconds, you got to try to hurry. So, worst case scenario, if you just play good defense for 35 seconds, if they don't throw it away, normally you'll get them to force a bad shot.
First free throw coming from Abby Warner from left to right with a 7-0 lead is no good. Tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. For branding, print, web, video, or interactive, call Brand Appeal. Relentless for you. 4 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Abby Warner misses both free throws. Rebounded by the senior Ashlyn Lisk for Fairfield. Trojans have the ball trailing 7-0. Suppose if anything with 6 defensive turnovers, maybe just 7 points, a little disappointing for the Dutch. Here's a Fairfield three, and they break their scoreless start with a Lisk long ball.
Yeah, that was their senior. She was the ball handler bringing it up, and she was also the one that shot the three.
Tauke to answer, no good as it rattles out, rebounded by Hollander. That was one thing. And now a breakaway for Fairfield. Layup is good by Jones, and all of a sudden it's a 7-5 game. That was one of the bugaboos for Pella against Grinnell. They were only 4 of 26 from the three-point line. They had a lot of open looks, just couldn't get them to go on Friday night. Now a turnover and a throw ahead knocked out by Warner. And Brian, in the blink of an eye, in less than a minute, Fairfield scores 5 quickies. They have the ball down 2.
Yeah, that 3 ball and a couple of runouts, and the Dutch kind of got caught a little flat-footed, and good timeout by the Fairfield coaching staff to get their team settled down a little bit and make this a ball game again.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Dutch jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Fairfield scored the last 5. Here's a Tauke steal, and a layup is no good. And rebounded by Lisk. It's 7-5 Pella, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And now an entry pass to the post for Fairfield. Shot no good. Rebound being battled for by Van Zee. Is able to save it before it goes out of bounds. So the Dutch trying to add to their 2-point lead with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Mia Warner's already made 1 3. She passes it off to Tauke. Drives and kicks back out to Gordon. Shot fake and a drive into the lane. Back out to the elbow for Warner. Into the corner for Abby Warner. Back to Big Sis. Mia drives down the right side of the lane. Double team comes over. Shot no good, but she draws a foul and is going to the line.
You quick look. Can you have our free throw percentage for the year? I was just curious, not to pick on Abby. She missed a couple, but I was just curious. Last year
61%.
Last year I think we were in the 70s, and that was one of our strengths of our team. I'm just curious where we were this year.
Addison Farrell committed her second foul to send Mia Warner to the line for 2, and she makes the first. Has 1 more coming. Coming in, Pella had made 51 of 84 free throws for 61% shooting.
Well, again, when your offensive skill set is to, you're not great shooters. It helps if you can get to the free throw line and then convert. I mean, all that drawing plays up and getting fouled doesn't do much good if you're under 50%. So it's good that we're at least in 60, but
50% tonight as Abby missed 2 and Mia made a pair, and Pella has a 9-5 lead. 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter as we give you a champion seed game reset. The possession arrow is with Fairfield. The Trojans have committed 4 fouls to just 1 for Pella, and it's a 9-5 Dutch lead on a champion seed game reset. We've got a whistle and a foul before a Fairfield 3-pointer. It's called on Eliza Van Zee, battling down low. Her first foul, team's second.
Looks like the younger Tauke's into the ballgame too. Did you note that, or did I?
I had missed that one, Brian. Good call, good catch. And we have a whistle. And Fairfield turned it over. That is 8 Fairfield turnovers in the first 5 minutes of this game. 9-5 Dutch. Pella with the ball left to right in white and green. Van Vark swings it to Warner. There's Tauke. This is Kelsey. Drives into the lane. Puts up a runner. No good. Fights for her own rebound. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Kennedy Van Vark. Another missed 3 for the Dutch. A good open look that just doesn't fall. Rebounded by Fairfield. And then the Trojans have it knocked away by Gordon, and they'll keep the ball left side of the floor.
We were getting plenty of shots up, and they're actually all pretty good shots. We missed a couple point blank, and we missed some open threes. I don't think we can complain about what our offense is getting us. We just have to convert, take our time, get our feet set, and shoot them up.
2:45 to go first quarter. Pella 9, Fairfield 5. Trojans with the ball looking to inbound under their own bucket, and we get a vision for less timeout by Fairfield, a 30-second timeout. Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout and visit Vision for Less in Pella and get back in the game. Our score is Pella 9, Fairfield 5. We're late stages of the first quarter. Dutch jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Trojans scored the next 5. Pella Pella got a bucket. It's been a couple of minutes ago now. We've been stuck on 9-5 for a little bit here in a Trojan Vision for Less timeout.
Again, a pretty good timeout. I know you don't want to burn through all of them early, but they were real close to getting their second straight 5-second call on their out of bounds underneath the hoop. And in a game like this where you can keep it fairly close here early and battle, probably a wise use of a timeout.
Here's a set play on the inbounds and a 3 for Hollander. And it's 9-8 Pella. Now a drive by Kelsey Tauke. Her little runner is short, no good. Battles for and again gets her own offensive rebound. Kick back out and controlled by Gordon. Top of the key, Warner inside.
Nice.
And a nice kind of wheeling spin move by Haley Van Vark for 2.
Turnover.
Number 9 by Fairfield. Oh. And then a turnover by Pella. Looks like the Dutch traveled right after Tristan Gordon came away with the steal. She traveled trying to pass it off.
Yeah, Kelsey kind of was dragging, I believe it was Kelsey that was kind of dragging her back foot a little bit.
Pella 11, Fairfield 8, and now a double team out of the Dutch. Some full court pressure here out of the inbounds. Fairfield breaks that momentarily, and then a double dribble is called on the Trojans, and they are racking up the turnovers. That is 10 in the first quarter. 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the first frame, 11-8 Dutch.
You know, one of the things about playing a scamper kind of defense like this is that you have to, again, have the discipline to get yourself back under control a little bit when you have the ball and not hurry your shots, because we're kind of helter-skelter, and that's kind of how we're shooting, too.
And the Dutch kind of passing helter-skelter there. A little bit low of a pass from Van Vark to Mia Warner, and it skips out of bounds for a Dutch turnover. That's their 4th.
The idea was good.
Right. Well, I mean, it was a bounce pass that was right at her feet. I mean, and you know how tough those are to handle.
It just didn't bounce up quite like she expected. It kind of skipped instead of bounced.
Here's that full court pressure out of Pella. Gordon gets a hand on it, but the Trojans get it into the front court with steal. Down to 1:49 in the first quarter. Pella 11, Fairfield 8. Now a drive left side. This is Hollander. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Gordon and the Dutch. Pella almost threw it away into the front court. Nice save by Kennedy Van Vark out to Kylie Tauke. Into the post. Van Vark backs her way in, kicks it out to Gordon. Drives around a defender, double team, kick back out to Van Vark. Tauke top of the key 3. Too strong, no good. Dutch just can't get those long shots to fall. It's rebounded by Maddie Jones for Fairfield. And then she dribbles into a travel situation in front of the scorers table. And another Trojan turnover.
Mia was just there waiting for her literally at the half-court stripe, and it somehow surprised her enough, and she kind of hit the brakes, but did the old skipping stop.
Well, that's a great place for a defender because you've got your extra 2 defenders in the half-court line and the sideline right there. Warner has it, posting up Van Vark. Got deep onto the post. Nice move by Van Vark. And again, that spinning kind of underhand hook shot off the glass for 2.
That's old school 6-on-6 post player basketball.
Haley Van 6 on what?
6-on-6. I'll tell you about that sometime.
Here's a pass for Fairfield, went off the foot of Lisk and out of bounds. Turnover Fairfield.
Tell me you've heard of.
I have.
Please, Trevor.
I have never seen. I am very familiar with the stories of the 6-on-6 game.
You just saw
said
a
that
small
in jest.
snippet of it.
All right. But hey, can you imagine the number? Oh, nice move by Kylie Tauke. Just kind of the parting of the Black Sea. Shot no good. Rebound Van Vark. Shot no good. Gets another offensive rebound. And then a whistle and a foul by Fairfield.
She's battling inside. Nice job in there by Haley. She's battling, fighting, getting offensive rebounds. I don't know if you've kept track of how many offensive.
Not offensive. She's got 4 total rebounds on the game.
Probably half at least of those are offensive.
Well, 2 just there.
Yeah, quickly.
You know, Brian, it'd be pretty surprising, you know, the number of, kids that are here that really haven't heard of 6-on-6 basketball. I would have no idea what the concept would be, right? The foul was whistled on Brianna Steele for Fairfield. That's her first. Pella with Kennedy Van Vark, left wing 3. Boom! Long 3-point drought ended for Pella. Kennedy Van Vark and Mia Warner have each hit 3s for the Dutch. They now have doubled up Fairfield 16-8. 11 seconds to go, first quarter. Trojans turn it over. Picked up by Pella. Here comes Tristan Gordon. 5 seconds in the quarter. Gordon, reverse layup from the left side is good. And Pella closes the quarter with an 18-8 lead.
Oh, yeah.
And that's tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. 18-8 Pella on the layup by Gordon at the end of the quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute here on KRLS.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Memories become treasure. McCall Monument.
This is Megan at Pingle's Home Store in Pella. We have a variety of products at a variety of prices for a variety of people. Come visit us today and see what we can do for you. Whether it's flooring, a new mattress, or freshening up your room with new furniture and decor, we promise we have the services you need, including our interior designer on staff. Real people, real service, real dependability at Pingle's Home Store. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram or stop in. We're located off the square at 911 Broadway in historic downtown Pella.
Pella 18, Fairfield 8, as we're back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth here on 92.1 KRLS. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon with you. The Dutch, a 10-point lead. Fairfield starts the second quarter with the ball. And Brian, frankly, if Pella was hitting, a better percentage of their three-point shots, as Fairfield puts up a three that's no good and rebounded by Mia Warner, this could be a lot bigger of a margin. 13 Fairfield turnovers in that first quarter.
Yeah, that's hard to compete when you're only getting they hit a couple of threes to keep it close.
Kennedy Van Vark for three at the top of the key is no good. Long rebound tracked down by Kylie Tauke for Pella. Dutch out-rebounded Fairfield 9-8 in that opening quarter. They have the ball with Tauke in the left corner. Posting up. Here's Mia Warner underneath. Nice move. Up, under, and in for two for Mia Warner.
You can certainly tell the Dutch have been working on their post moves. Nice job by the coaching staff and the gals to execute some nice footwork, both gals. Warner and Van Vark showing some good stuff in there.
Here's a steal by Pella. It's Warner to Gordon. Layup. No good. And over the back, I have to believe on Pella, either Van Zee or Warner. They were both there. No. Wow, I did not see it quite like that. They catch Hollander of Fairfield for the foul, so that's a team rebound for the Dutch, and they'll have the ball underneath their own hoop, leading 20-8. It's a 9-0 run right now for Pella. And Gordon triggers it into Warner. Skip pass right side. Van Zee for three. That's too strong. And the rebound kicks off the fingertip of Grace Lyon of Fairfield, and it'll stay with the Dutch.
Pella's getting the shots they want, that's for sure.
They're wide open looks, Brian. And this is what kind of plagued the Dutch on Friday against Grinnell. Entry pass tipped, picked up by the Dutch, controlled by Tauke. Pass it off to Gordon. She'll fire a three. Boom! Tristan Gordon for three. And if you just keep firing, Brian, they're going to go in. The Dutch are a 30% three-point shooting team on the season.
Well, I would much rather have them shooting and missing than just playing apprehensively and scared and act like they don't want to shoot.
There's a foul on Savannah Hollander of Fairfield after a missed shot and a defensive rebound by Mia Warner. Hollander trying to get the ball back, commits the foul, and it's a 1-and-1 at the other end for Pella.
So, now it'll be interesting because we've got free throws, which we talked about earlier. If we can hit a decent percentage, because we've got a long quarter of any fouls we're going to be shooting. So now we have to be able to cash in.
Delivery.com is the restaurant delivery service in Pella with great local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Liberty Street Kitchen, Dutch Fix, and more. We'll talk about our fan of the game here in just a moment as the free throw is no good. Rebound by Van Zee. And then another missed shot by Pella. Rebound is being fought for, and it's out of bounds off Fairfield, and it'll stay Pella basketball.
Right now, we're just dominating the offensive glass. I mean, we're getting shots after shot after shot. And
we have 6 of them in this quarter, Brian. Inbounds pass to Van Zee. They leave her wide open on the right wing for three. Boom! Eliza Van Zee, and now the threes are starting to rain for the Dutch. And Pella has a 26-8 lead. They are on a 15-0 run. And here's a knockaway and a steal by Abby Warner. Running out ahead of the pack. Layup good. And a whistle and a vision for less. Timeout by Fairfield. And that'll give us a chance to finish with our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com, the local delivery service bringing fresh food right to your home or business for lunch or dinner. Ashley Fox, congratulations. Ashley, you're tonight's fan of the game, and you've won a $10 gift certificate towards your next order. Folks, try Delivery.com this week, then listen to our next broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. 2 more turnovers in this quarter for Fairfield, a 7-0 rebound advantage for Pella, and they have a 10-0 scoring advantage, and they've opened up a 28-8 lead.
Yeah, it starts with their defense, and we're playing good defense and causing turnovers. Obviously, we're taking advantage of a team that's not very skilled at handling the ball. I mean, they're young. They probably have some inexperience. They got one senior on the team, and we're, forcing them to play an uncomfortable style of play.
No question.
And what wasn't falling, again, to our credit, you could kind of crawl in a hole and say, wow, I'm not hitting tonight. And then it'd just be pass the ball around for 34 seconds and still fire up a shot. But I like our aggressiveness. We're looking inside of the post. We're passing the ball on fast breaks. We're missing some of them, but we're hitting the glass hard, getting second, third, and fourth opportunities. So, again, like we said earlier, it may not be a perfect game and it may not be a high-quality conference opponent, but it's a piece of the puzzle so that we can kind of figure out who we are and what we do well and what we need to work on.
Back into action after the vision for less timeout. Fairfield has the ball. Oh, may have gotten away with a travel there. Jump shot from the right elbow, no good. Rebounded by Mia Warner, her third. The Dutch have gotten all 8 rebounds in this quarter. And here's Warner at the top of the key. Drives through traffic, kicks it over to Tauke, right corner. No good on the three-pointer. Rebounded by Farrell for Fairfield. Trojans have the ball working from right to left. Stop at the half-court line. Pass is tipped, but picked up by Fairfield. Controlled by List. Works it over to the left side. This is in the hands of Martin. Bounce pass to the high post. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Farrell. Kick out, drive, off glass. Shot no good. Rebounded by Kylie Tauke for Pella. Dutch with a 28-8 lead, and Tauke racing the other way. Bank shot from the left side, no good. Rebounded by Eliza Van Zee. Kick out of Warner, 3 is no good. Crashing the glass, we've got a foul on Gordon, I believe, of Pella this time.
Yeah, it was her. Again, good job by Van Zee getting a rebound. Didn't have her balance quite. Saw a wide open person at the three-point line, so good, smart basketball by Van Zee that time. We just didn't convert that time.
No other scores yet to report on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We're checking in on Knoxville at Sheraton and Norwalk hosting Lewis Central tonight on the KNIA KRLS family of stations and streams. 28-8 is our score here in favor of Pella. Kennedy Van Vart comes away with a steal, picked up by Abby Warner, and then she's fouled, which will lead to a Dutch 1-1.
Well, Abby will get another shot at it here.
She missed a pair in the first quarter. Big Sis made a pair and then missed one, so Pella just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. That foul on Maddie Martin is her first. And the first free throw is short by Warner, so the Dutch won't get another one. And then a whistle and a tie-up on the rebound, so the alternate possession is with Pella. Brian, 2 of 6 is not good, but when 2 of your misses are front ends of 1-and-1s, it's even worse.
Right, because that just easy points that you're not taking advantage of.
Kennedy Van Vark fires a right corner 3 that's no good off the inbounds, but gets her own rebound out to Mia Warner for 3. Boom! Well, I guess Pella got 3 on that possession anyway, and it's now 31-8 Dutch.
Well, when you get multiple opportunities, it also helps, right?
Pella 31, Fairfield 8, 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Trojans have the ball, bounce pass down inside. Shot is going up off the window and in. So that ends a 20-0 Pella run with an and-one opportunity for Fairfield. Abby Warner picks up her first foul. That's Grace Lyon for an and-one.
I was just going to say what a great job we've been doing of playing defense without fouling a lot, and I guess my thoughts led to that.
Well, and you're still correct, Brian, because we only have 4 fouls in the first quarter and a half. 4:22 to go first quarter or first half, and after the 3-point play is converted by Lyon, it's 31.
I think they did.
Did they wave it off?
They waved it off on a line violation on the shooter.
So 31-10 remains the score. Pella leads by 3 touchdowns. Tauke to Mia Warner on the left wing. Back up to Kylie at the top of the key. Pella from left to right in white and green. Post up Van Vark. Left-hand shot. Yeah, soft glass and in.
Just one fluid motion. That's what I like about that. She just kind of catches it on the move and just finishes up high.
Now a knock away by Pella and goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Fairfield, moving from right to left. Quick champion seed game reset shows Pella leading 33-10. 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the first half. Possession arrow is with Fairfield. The Trojans have committed 8 fouls, so the Dutch are in a 1-and-1 situation, and Pella has committed 4 turnovers. There's another Fairfield turnover, or 4 fouls rather for Pella, and 4 turnovers. That's a champion seed game reset. Champion Seed with local dealer Jay Boat is an independently owned and regionally focused seed company that strives to build and maintain the broadest portfolio of genetics and traits. Champion Seed, they only champion the best. Post feed to Haley Van Vark, and she draws some contact on her way up for a shot. 2 free throws coming after the foul on Brianna Steele.
You know, post play is really an art, and in the world of three-point shooting, it's kind of becoming a lost art, and so it really does my heart good to see that, really, because it's all about footwork, and that's kind of the beauty of it, is that she goes in and she gets good position and she uses her backside to keep the defender away, and she just is creating some great opportunities for herself. So it's fun to watch her do that and execute it so well.
1 of 2 at the free throw line for Pella. They continue to struggle. They are just 3 of 8 at the charity stripe, but a 34-10 lead. That's just nitpicking at this point. Yeah. Fairfield breaks the Pella pressure, gets it into the front court where the Dutch continue to hound defensively. Inside pass and good positioning for Steele. Van Vark just got lost on her backside as Steele kind of forced her to the other side of the bucket. Yep. Draws the foul, shooting 2 shots.
Yeah, that time it was the reverse. She kind of got the backside treatment herself that time. So that's what a good post player will do.
34-10 Pella. First free throw is no good. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. The Dutch had an 11-8 lead late in the first quarter. They scored the last 7 points of the first quarter and the first 13 points of the second quarter. And they've got that was a 20-0 run to open up a 31-8 lead. It's now 34-10. Both free throws no good. Pella ball, in case you missed it, presented by the Tri-County Veterinarians.
They're the veterinarians.
Was another lane violation, I believe, on Fairfield, but the free throw is no good. Here's a 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebound, Abby Warner. Look what I found, and she splashes it in.
It actually didn't hit the rim.
That was the violation. Okay, yep. Thank you, Brian. 36-10 and a throwaway. Taken by Tauke, 2-on-1, leaves it to Warner, off glass, short-armed and no good, rebounded by Van Vark, surrounded by all 5 Fairfield defenders, and one of them ties her up, and the arrow is to Fairfield.
Still a good job of coming up with it. She was in the middle of traffic, just trying to get rid of it before she got tied up and couldn't quite do it.
Pella 36, Fairfield 10. 3:01 to go, first half of the girls game. We've got the boys game coming up next on the back end of tonight's Little Hawkeye Conference, or non-conference doubleheader between the Little Hawkeye Conference and the Southeast Conference. And there's a basket for Ashlyn Lisk for Fairfield. Now Pella into the front court, wide open. Tristan Gordon 3 is an air ball, no good, rebounded by Lisk. Good look that time. Yeah. Tristan couldn't get it to go. Pella 3 dozen, Fairfield 1 dozen. 2:29 to go, first half. Knock away by Warner, steal by Warner. And here comes Pella 2-on-1. She left it for Eliza Van Zee and fumbled it through her hands and out of bounds. That's 2 2-on-1s on the last 2 trips, Brian. And again, if we're looking for the little things, because the result of this game is already no longer in doubt, but those are ones that Blaine Forsythe and his coaching staff are going to want to talk about. If we have a 2-on-1 in open space, we've got to score.
Got to score or at least get fouled. So, yeah, you learn. I mean, those are the things that come easy in practice because you're just going through the motions and a lot of times in practice. But the real deal, the nervousness of the game, people here, ball's slippery, you're sweating, all that kind of good stuff. You got to learn it somehow, and yeah, you just kind of stay focused. That's usually the case.
Well, and that's one of those drills. I mean, if you've ever even sniffed a basket, you've done the old 3-on-2-on-1 type drill. I mean, you work on 2-on-1s all the time.
Yeah.
Here's Gordon to the free throw line, kick back out. This is Kelsey Tauke feeding inside for Eliza Van Zee, being hounded, being fouled, and she'll be going to the line. That's the third on Brianna Steele. And Hollander also has 3. So a fairly shallow Fairfield team anyway can't really afford these fouls.
Looks like we're heading toward the freshman end of our roster, I would guess.
Eliza Van Zee for a 2-shot opportunity. First one, no good. 36-12 Pella. 2 minutes on the nose on the second quarter clock. Second one is good. Fairfield may have gone over and back there, not called, may not have. It was very close. And then before the ball goes out of bounds, Steele fires one off of Van Zee. Looks like it went out of bounds first anyway. Well, Pella certainly is not going to keep up this kind of pressure, deep into the second half. But Brian, I mean, Fairfield's on a nearly 50 turnover pace. That is 21 turnovers. Ooh. And we still have 1:50 to go in the second quarter. 37-12 Pella. We've got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up here on KRLS. We'll go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. And we'll take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. 3-ball Kennedy Van Vark, left corner, boom!
Much better when she gets her feet set. Took her time, did a great job.
Near steal by Tristan Gordon, but it slipped through her fingers and out of bounds. 40-12 Pella.
Now he's backing off a little bit.
We do have our first, Strasburg Cellular Instant Radio update. End of the first quarter. Knoxville 5, Sheraton nothing.
Ooh. Fall baseball?
Anything but basketball. Football would be even better. 3-pointer for Pella after a Fairfield turnover. Van Zee gets the rebound on the miss and a putback for 2. 6 points and 3 rebounds in this quarter for Eliza Van Zee. Pella's lead is 30, 42-12.
Liza did a nice job on the rebound, kept it high, kept it away from the defense, and there's a nice rebound again.
Yeah, off a miss from the free throw line jumper by the Trojans, pushes it ahead to Kennedy Van Vark, whips it to Tristan Gordon, drives in between 4 defenders, and floats one in for 2. Pella 44, Fairfield 12. 35 seconds to go first half. Free throw line jumper, short, no good. Rebounded by Abby Warner. Pella could hold for one final shot if they want, but they'll race it ahead. And a great slip pass to Kennedy Van Vark on the layup.
There they heard us talking about the 2-on-1, and it wasn't a true 2-on-1, but a nice fast break nonetheless.
Now a 3 for Fairfield is on the way. Rattles out, no good. Kelsey Tauke gets the rebound. Pella could put the running clock into effect with a bucket here just before the end of the first half. Abby Warner launches a 3. Boom! Abby Warner for 3. It is a 31-point quarter and a 49-12 halftime lead for the Dutch. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show here on KRLS.
What's in Champion Seed? All the best traits you can find in corn, soybeans, and most importantly, people. It's in the way we champion agronomy, matching seed traits to soil, right down to the county level. We select the best genetics from the top breeding programs, matching unique traits with your needs to maximize yield and protect against pests and disease.
I'm Jay Boat, your local Champion Seed dealer. Give me a call at 641-629-0120.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you. The lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Gilchrist Jewett & Pella is your local source for windows from trusted manufacturers including Marvin, Anderson, Gherkin, and Silverline. They also stock and supply the top-of-the-line composite decking materials from TimberTech and Westbury Railings for a relaxing, family-friendly, and minimum maintenance area to enjoy for decades. As always, Gilchrist Jewett welcomes all contractors and homeowners alike for all your quality lumber, building supplies, flooring, cabinets, garage doors, and more in Pella.
Ho, ho, ho! This is Dr. Brent Haynes, a family medicine physician at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. As you gather with family and friends during the holiday season, your health and safety is important to us. We urge you to continue scheduling visits with your healthcare provider to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Don't be a Scrooge and spread illnesses to your family, friends, and neighbors. Remember, wash and sanitize your hands often and stay home if you're sick. Happy holidays from your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner at Knoxville Hospital.
Vision for Less has delivered free same-day speed for over 30 years because our local lens labs are full of experienced and passionate lab techs, not to mention advanced equipment needed for the job. Simply put, your glasses can be ready the same day at no additional cost to you. On top of that, nobody beats our everyday low prices. Get 2 pairs single vision starting under $40 or 2 pairs of progressive starting under $80. Your time is valuable and quality comes faster than you think when you shop at Vision for Less.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Welcome inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on 92.1 KRLS. The score, Pella 49 and Fairfield 12 for tires, front end work. There no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Let's start by going inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Dutch had an 18-8 lead at the end of the first quarter. A 20-0 run that straddled the first and second quarters opened up a 31-8 lead, and right now it's 49-12. Mia Warner with 12 points to lead the Dutch, 9 points for Haley Van Vark, 7 each for Abby Warner, Tristan Gordon, and Kennedy Van Vark, and 6 for Eliza Van Zee. The Dutch have out-rebounded Fairfield 25-11, including 16-3 in the second quarter as they outscored the Trojans 31-4. Fairfield has 5 points from Ashlyn Lisk, 3 points from Savannah Hollander, and 2 points each from Grace Lyon and Maddie Jones. 0 of 3 at the free throw line for Fairfield. They have made 2 3-point baskets. The Dutch started out cold from the 3-point line, but when it's all said and done, 6 first-half three-pointers. They were 4 of 10 at the free throw line. Pella committed 6 turnovers, Fairfield 22. Inside the Numbers has been delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. We'll have more of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up. Our score, Pella girls 49, Fairfield 12, live on 92.1 KRLS inside the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Even a mild winter can take a toll on your roof. Between the freeze and the thaw, you may need new shingles. Certainly, if you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
It's another red-hot weekend with a 3-day breakfast sale this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get a package of Hormel bacon for just $2.99, limit 3. Boxes of Little Debbie muffins are $1.99. General Mills family-size cereal is $2.99 a box. And a half gallon of Hy-Vee orange juice is $1.88. Find these deals and more with our Red Hot Weekend 3-day breakfast sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella, your local exterior painting experts. Winter in Iowa doesn't lend itself to doing much painting outside, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't chat. Winter is when a lot of people are planning for their spring projects. So if you're thinking about painting your house, now is a great time for me to come and talk about some ideas and give you an estimate. You can learn more about us and see some of our work by visiting spain-painting.com. Spain Painting, exteriors done with integrity.
Would you look at the time? It's tax time. You already know H&R Block does taxes, but here's what you may not know when you file with H&R Block, like how you can get expert help in person or virtually. Plus, our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request to work with the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. No one offers more ways to help with your taxes than H&R Block. At H&R Block, help is here.
Visit H&R Block, Pella, Oskaloosa.
Hi, this is Tim Grotenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. If you got someone on your holiday shopping list that loves Culver's, I've got a great deal for you. Stop in and pick up a $40 Culver's gift card, and I'll give you a Culver's value basket for free. As the name implies, the gift card makes a great gift, and you can keep the value basket for yourself or give that away too. It's up to you. Buy a $40 gift card and get a free value basket this holiday season at Culver's in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
William Penn University provides the opportunity for an educational experience with a focus on leadership, technology, and the Quaker principles of simplicity, peacemaking, integrity, community, and equality. These goals identify how the principles listed in the mission statement will be pursued and how the university will provide an educational opportunity for its students through the university's academic programs and co-curricular departments. To learn more, visit us at www.wmpenn.edu.
Do you have family coming to town for the holidays and you'd rather they don't stay at your house 24/7? Then book them a room at Pella's only downtown hotel, the Amsterdam Hotel. If you haven't been here in a while, our entire hotel has been completely remodeled, including the Liberty Street Kitchen restaurant. And because they're right downtown, your guests can easily get to all the great holiday shopping that Pella has to offer. Check out our website, royalamsterdam.com, for different packages that are available. And then make your holiday guests a reservation at the Amsterdam Hotel on the Molengraat in Pella.
Welcome back inside of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Our score, Pella 49 and Fairfield 12. Dutch with a 31-4 massive second quarter to take complete control of the game. And now time for our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. And Brian, there will be one adjustment made here at the beginning of this third quarter, and that's that the clock operator won't stop the clock unless it's for free throws or a timeout. Running clock will be in effect for the second half. What the teams do will have no bearing on the final result of this game, but I'm sure that both teams want to play well for the final 16 minutes.
Well, I was going to say, my thoughts were not really an adjustment, but just more of an attitude of, obviously, if you're on the downside of this, you go out and pretend like it's 0-0. But I think for Pella, too, you just say, let's wipe the slate clean and see if we can set up another 2 quarters like we just played. That way you can put your 4 quarters of playing good basketball together rather than, thinking you're up by 37 or whatever it is and play accordingly. So come out with the attitude that, we're going to start at 0-0 and let's play as hard as we did and see where the chips fall in 2 quarters.
And the other adjustment will be, I assume both teams, but Blaine Forsythe will be going to his bench maybe a little more liberally in this second half.
And I would guess, and pull the full court stuff off and all that. I would quickly see that. And we may see some different defenses, just to, again, practice a zone and do some different things that maybe you've tried a little bit in practice, but just so you have a few things in your back pocket as the season moves forward.
Our second half adjustments have been presented by DeYoung Door Service. One of the quickest ways to adjust the look of your home is with a new garage door from the Gurus.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that's a wrap on the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and the crew next to Walmart in Pella. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon with you live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth for the third quarter of action here on KRLS. It'll be running clock, Pella from right to left with a 49-12 lead. They're in their white and green, Fairfield in their black, white, and orange. Our colors of the game presented this season by Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella. And we're underway with the third quarter here on KRLS. Kennedy Van Vark to the top of the key. Quick three, Van Vark short. That was Haley Van Vark, not Kennedy, on the three. And she airballed it, and it's out of bounds, and it's Fairfield ball. Well, it's not the best start for the quarter.
Not the best start. Back in my day, my coach would have said, Vandaloo, get underneath where you belong.
Here's Fairfield with the ball, working it underneath for Hollander. Pass back out, tipped, controlled by Lisk. Looking inside, nice defense by Warner. Drive on the baseline, reverse layup, good. Nice shot by Savannah Hollander, driving the baseline, reverse layup for 2. Now Tristan Gordon drives the baseline, slip pass to Van Vark, and then she gets bumped, and that should be the 4th foul on Brianna Steele.
I thought maybe Gordon was going to come with her second reverse layup just to mimic what she saw on the other end.
Anything you can do, I can do similarly.
Or maybe even better, but she chose not to.
Here's a drive by Tauke on the inbound. Shot no good. Rebound controlled by Mia Warner. Back up and in with the left hand for 2.
I was going to say, good job of switching to the left, keeping the ball away from the defender.
14 points and 4 rebounds for Mia Warner. 6 players scored for Pella, Brian, in that first, and they all scored 6 or more. Oh, and that slips through the hands of Steele, catches Van Vark in the face for a Fairfield turnover, and then a run out on the other end for Mia Warner for 2.
Looks like we are dropping back into a zone. We'll see once what kind of zone. Maybe. 1, 2,
well, at
2,
least
maybe?
they're out of the full court pressure. That's been completely dropped.
1, 2, 2 it looks like.
Here's a 3 by Lisk for Fairfield. Nobody home on the weak side for an offensive rebound, so Tristan Gordon gathers it in, races up ahead. Open Tauke on the right wing. Now the Dutch work it around with Van Vark. Back to Tauke at the top of the key. Gordon in front of the Pella bench to a cutting Van Vark. Layup no good. Rebounded by Addison Farrell for Fairfield. 53-14 Pella, 5:58 remaining in the third quarter.
So good job by Blaine kind of turning things up a little bit so you can practice rebounding out of his own and just, you know, who's got the ball and just different rotations.
Fairfield turns it over, and Tristan Gordon races ahead and lays it off the glass. It spins on the rim and drops in to give Gordon 9. And Pella has a 55-14 advantage.
These quarters go quickly when they don't stop the clock.
Steal by Kennedy. Van Vark just picked the pocket and races up. Left-hand layup good. Tonight's game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Windmill Print and Stitch in Pella. Windmill Print and Stitch is a locally owned decorated apparel company right here in Pella, and they're a proud partner of BSN Sports. If you need apparel for your team or business, call Phil Hemming with BSN Sports at 620-8337 or stop into the BSN Sports Windmill Print and Stitch office on Southeast 14th Street in Pella. Ashlyn Lisk gets a 2-point bucket for Fairfield. And then Pella has it knocked away out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Dutch, working from right to left with a 57-16 lead. Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update at the half. Knoxville 19 and Sheraton 13.
I picked up the scoring a little bit there.
A little bit, yep. Dutch have the ball here and a commanding 57-16 lead. Nice screen and roll. Mia Warner gets it inside, fights through a double team, misses a shot and draws a foul. She'll shoot 2. And this, you know, we missed a couple of 2-on-1s, but this has been, if there's one concerning area tonight, it's just a really inept free throw shooting. 4 of 10 in the first half for Pella.
Yeah, and you said we were at over 60 prior to tonight, weren't we?
Yes, 61%. Warner makes the first one there.
She's done a nice job. Yeah, there's always going to be things that you can clean up if you're the coach. I mean, that's what your job is, to find the positives, but find the things that you can work on. And because in a 10-point ball game, those make a 5-point ball game. Those are killers, or those are the ones that you put ball games away with.
Both free throws were good there for Warner, so a nice job out of Mia. That brings Pella to 50% on the night. It's 6 of 12, and now Fairfield on the other end misses a shot. Rebound is battled for by Tauke and 2 Fairfield players, and a foul is called on Maddie Martin, her second, as Tauke got the Pella rebound. It's Pella 59, Fairfield 16. Running clock is in effect, in case you missed it. Presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Dutch a 31-point second quarter to open up a 49-12 halftime lead, and right now they lead 59-16 and 61-16 on a Kylie Tauke bucket, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
61-16. The scores are inverted. The Dutch lead by 45. And here's a knockaway and a steal and a 2-on-0. But good chase defense by Fairfield. Warner puts it into an extra gear and lays it in. Abby Warner has 9.
Looks like now they're back to a man-to-man defense.
Fairfield working from left to right in black, white, and orange. Pass knocked by Kennedy Van Vark. Martin's shot from in close is no good. Mia Warner gathers the rebound for Pella and then slows it down. I'm going to guess that maybe this third quarter is it for this first group for Pella.
So, yes.
Deep three, Tauke, short, no good. Eliza Van Zee goes up for the rebound, has it knocked away and controlled by Hollander for Fairfield. 63-16 Dutch, 2:45 to go, third quarter. Running clock in effect. Drive by Hollander, gets underneath. Try to wrap around pass. Tipped by Warner. Free throw line jumper, no. Offensive rebound, yes. Stick back for Brianna Steele, her first points of the night.
Blaine's being very specific about what he wants to run and what he wants to practice on. So, again, he's just utilizing these game situations to try to teach and to get better.
Three-pointer, no. Rebound by Abby Warner, and then she turns around, banks it in, and Abby sneaks into double figures with 11 points tonight. Second to big sis Mia, who has 16.
Nice job of using the glass. You don't quite have to have the touch from that 8-foot range if you're firing them off the glass. So, good choice that time.
Pella 65, and Fairfield 18. I assume Andrew Schneider's sitting at home doing nothing tonight, and actually I think he's at the Holiday Heroes event being hosted by the Pella Police Department, but maybe watching. What I was going to say, because I'm not going to do the research, that 31-point second quarter, Brian, that's got to be the most quite some time out of these Pella girls.
Can I just say, you and I are thinking exactly alike, because I'm sitting there thinking, I had the opportunity to help out with some of those state tournament years. And
31 and a quarter is some serious business.
That's a lot of, and I would be curious how many free throws we missed. We could have had 40 if we were making.
Oh, Pella missed an opportunity. They brought some reserves in. Maggie Thompson missed a shot that was almost ready to go down, and then the rebound is, we get a foul on Pella?
I think so, yeah.
No, it's Fairfield ball. But again, we'd have to pour back through every box score, and I'm just not going to take the time, at least at this moment, to do that.
It would be in the top bunch, I would say, for sure, in the last 15 years, for sure.
Here's a shot fake. Free throw line jumper by Martin off the glass. No good for Fairfield. Kelsey Tauke gets a rebound for Pella. Dutch have a 65-18 lead, and Tauke brings it into the front court. Drives to the free throw line. Long strides into the lane. Shot off the window. Tried to use the square for the bucket. It's no good, and Lyon rebounds for the Trojans. Under 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Pella 65, Fairfield 18. A crossover dribble by Hollander. Gets in close, misses the shot. Offensive rebound on her own miss. And then we've got a whistle and a foul on the putback attempt on Pella with 25 seconds to go.
Not bad defense, but again, trying to clean some things up on the defensive rebounding there would be, again, Coach Forsyth is going to be looking at every little detail because it's always about learning.
You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Pella 65, Fairfield 18. First free throw, no good by Hollander. Second free throw, also no good by Hollander. And the rebound is controlled by Pella and Jenna Oltman. Oltman has it at the top of the key. Fires it right side. Here's a three ball on the way for Wogan. No good, and then it climbs over the backboard and out of bounds. 2 seconds to go, down to 1. Will they get a half-court heave? It's off in time. Shot is no good, and at the end of the third quarter, Pella 65, Fairfield 18. Alongside Brian Vandaloon, I'm Trevor Castle, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Back for the fourth quarter of action right after this.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Machining specialist Dwayne DeCrife really appreciates the team atmosphere and willingness to work together.
Everybody that I work with, we're all willing to pitch in and help each other. And if somebody's got a problem, they'll listen, and we try to work things together as a team. I mean, nobody is better than anybody else, and we just all treat each other the same.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
Get your Christmas cheer at Pella Cinemas with the brand new musical comedy Spirited, rated PG-13. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell headline the star-studded cast in this warm and hysterically funny musical version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Looking for a different kind of Christmas film that's definitely not for the kids? Santa comes down the chimney to kill the bad guys in Violent Night, rated R. And held over for its final week is Devotion, rated PG. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas this holiday season.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon with you, and Pella has a 65-18 lead. The Dutch are out rebounding Fairfield 32-19, and they have forced 27 Fairfield turnovers to just 7 of their own, Brian. That's, we talked about that in our pregame, one of our McCall Monument radio keys to the game. The Dutch have kept the turnovers to a minimum.
I said fewer than 10, didn't think they could do it. They're proving me wrong. I love it.
And here's a missed three-pointer by Fairfield, rebounded by Haley Van Vark. The Dutch do have their starting unit back in to start this fourth quarter.
With Wogan, by the way. I thought that was interesting.
Good catch. Yep. Emerson Wogan has the ball right now in the right corner, fires a three. That's too strong. Rebounded by Van Vark, dumps it off to Warner, and Mia Warner has 20 points for Mia Warner.
These are nice confidence-building games for not only the starters, but even the kids that are at the end of the bench and maybe don't play a lot in the tight ball games.
We have a vision for last timeout called by Fairfield. Quick check of the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. The one other score that we have, Knoxville 19, Sheraton 13. That's at the half. We're having some technical difficulties tonight in Norwalk, so we don't have an update between the Warriors and Lewis Central. That's the one other non-conference doubleheader that we have. And our score at the end of the third quarter was 65-18. The Dutch have added a bucket here to start the fourth quarter. They lead 67-18 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. Boys game coming up next. We've got a little over 7 minutes to go here, running clock in the girls game when we get out of this vision for less timeout. And Pella has quickly gone to the bench. So they just got their starters in for one last possession. And there's still, we see Eliza Van Zee, who's in that top rotation out there. But for the most part, Brian, these last 7 minutes are going to be the reserves for the Dutch.
I think you are right, and give them some quality time here and just finish this thing out. And as an old coach, I'm sure Coach Forsyth wants to finish it strong and finish it well. And that always sounds great because you want it to look like Pella basketball.
There's a shot by Fairfield, no good. Rebound, Dutch are fighting for it. Altman controls for Pella. And then she's being hounded by Martin, and a foul is committed on Maddie Martin of Fairfield. Pella 67, Fairfield 18. Under 7 minutes to go.
I was just going to say, Kelsey Tauke, I'm impressed with her. I think she's going to be a part of this offense and this team before the season's over. More than just a end of the game kind of a part. She's just very fluid, plays the game with confidence, and I foresee her being a key sub at some point in this season.
Here's a turnover by Pella. That's their 7th. I said they had 7, but I miscounted. They only had 6 at the end of the third quarter. And that was after 4 in the first quarter. They really have taken them to a minimum. We've got a foul called here on the aforementioned Kelsey Tauke. So free throws coming for Savannah Hollander of Fairfield. Trojans have not yet made a free throw tonight. They're 0 of 5 at the line. Ooh. And the first one here is good. The reverse announcer jinx, Brian.
There you go. I was going to say that for you, but...
Take a look at the road ahead presented by Pella Motors. The Dutch will head to Newton on Friday night. Just make the short drive, 15 minutes or so north out of town. Second free throw good. That game will be live on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIAKRLS.com. Phil Hemming and I will have the play-by-play starting with pregame at 6 o'clock, 6:15 for the opening tip of the girls' game. Pella at Newton Friday night on KRLS. We get a Maggie Thompson putback bucket for Pella. The road ahead presented by Pella Motors, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. 69, nice. 20, a 49-point Pella lead. And here's Steele. Turn and kick. Shot fake on the 3 in the corner for Fairfield. And they work it back out to Hollander on the right wing. Drives around a Pella defender. That's Maddie Harmon into the game. And a whistle, and I think they got Harmon for a foul. They did.
The old hand check.
69-20 Dutch, 5:34 remaining. Inbounds pass. Fairfield has it. Trigger a 3. No good. Long rebound. Oh, nice job by Holtman on the weak side rebound. And a push ahead for Pella. Maybe got a little too greedy there and stolen by Fairfield. Trojans coming back 2 on 3. And they lose it out of bounds. Pella ball on the Fairfield turnover.
All right, let's see if we can run a little something here, gals, and get a nice bucket or at least a nice look.
Pella from right to left in white and green. Fairfield defending the left bucket in black, white, and orange. Here's Kelsey Tauke. Drive, pass, layup, good! Maggie Thompson for 2. We'll call that tonight's drive to the basket, presented by Pingle's Home Store. And Brian, there's Kelsey Tauke flashing some of that productivity you mentioned a moment ago.
Yeah, nice little off the bounce pass where she just didn't collect it. She just off of her dribble, just bounced it right to the dropping post player. A nice little pass and easy bucket.
Well, she drew Thompson's defender on a double team because she blew by her own defender, leaving Thompson wide open for the pass and the layup. Tonight's drive to the basket, a Tauke to Thompson for 2, presented by Pingle's Home Store. Drive on over to Pingle's Home Store on the northwest corner of the square in Pella and find out how you can score with a variety of furniture, flooring, and more. We had a foul on Wogan for Pella, and then I look down, tie up, so that'll officially go as a Fairfield turnover, and Pella ball leading 71-20. We do have our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show coming up. Wogan has it in the right corner in front of the Pella bench. I think they wanted to pull the trigger on that one. Now here's Oltman, drives around the defender, kicks it open. Wogan this time more open for 3. Shot no good. Rebound by Thompson. Now a 3 that's no good by Harmon, and Oltman grabs another rebound. She's got 4. Wogan in the right corner. Back out to Oltman. Extra pass. Kelsey Tauke for 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound Harmon, no good. Still loose on the floor and finally picked up by Fairfield.
Are you keeping up with all those? That's impressive. I tell you, you're impressing me this quarter.
4 second chance opportunities, or would that be 1 second, 1 third, and 1/4 chance opportunity for Pella? Here's a 3 for Fairfield that's no good. Rebound, battled for, still loose, and they're going to get Thompson over the back on a foul on the rebound by Hollander. 2:57 to go, 4th quarter. Pella 71, Fairfield 20. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Dutch led 18-8 at the end of the first quarter, blew it open 49-12 at the half, 65-18 at the end of the third, and right now it is 71-20, and they get a 5-second call on the inbounds. Dutch lead by 51, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Obviously a tale of 2 different, nice.
Oh, what a pass by Harmon. Drove around her defender, and Maggie Thompson is the benefactor again with a wide open point-blank layup for 2.
Nice little wraparound 2-hand bounce pass past the defender.
And now a Fairfield 3 that's good. There's Ashlyn Lisk. She's into double figures with 10.
So these point guards, these young kids, you can see they got some basketball savvy to them, which is a good positive sign. They understand the game.
Foul by Lisk, reaching in on Harmon. Yeah, Maddie Harmon really kind of flashing there.
Yeah.
As did Tauke.
I know our JV girls have had a lot of success already this year, and you can see why they have, because they get it. They understand the game. They know how to play together. So well done.
Well, you mentioned, one of the things at the top, just the lack of numbers. This Pella, we don't have a freshman team this year, Brian, because of a lack of numbers. There's a layup by Kelsey Tauke. Well, the freshmen are playing up with the JV players, and then some of those JV players we're seeing now here on the back end of the varsity bench.
And we have about as many girls out as almost anyone. I mean, probably more so.
It's
than
not a Pella problem.
No,
it is a girls' basketball problem in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, and it's unfortunately a growing problem.
Here's an inbounds pass stolen away by the Dutch. Picked up by Harmon. Racing the other end. One-on-one. Layup rattles in. And Harmon, who dropped a dime a moment ago, gets her own bucket this time. 77-23 Pella. Here's a Fairfield three that's good. And that's Lisk. She's got a couple of fourth quarter threes. 13 on the game. 77-26 Pella. 45 seconds to go.
Well, we talked about finishing the game well, even with these bench players.
Logan for three. She's been off in that corner. Maybe try the other side. Rebound by Hollander, a game high, or team high 7th for her, and Tauke commits the foul on the other end.
It's supposed to be fun. I know that Fairfield's not having fun, but, for the Dutch, these are the fun games.
Yep. Putting up a 77 spot.
Everybody getting into the act, whether it's a pass, an assist, a rebound.
10 players have scored points, Brian.
I mean, so those are the things that keep you working hard in practice because you feel like you're a part of it.
It's a 50-point lead for the Dutch, 77-27. And that one is no good. Rebound battled for and controlled by Oltmann. Wogan to Kelsey Tauke. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Three ball on the way. Harmon. Oh, rattles out no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Oltmann for Pella. Gets it inside. Flips it up and in. And now 11 players have scored as Jenna Oltmann is on the board. Here comes Fairfield on the other end. Lisk, a little give-and-go three, no good at the buzzer. Rebounded by Kelsey Tauke. Will give it to her. And the final score, a Pella blowout. Dutch 79, Fairfield 27. We'll be back with our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this on KRLS.
BK Service and Auto Repair in Pella is a brand new service shop for all your vehicle and small motor needs. Brandon Bloodgood purchased the old car wash on Washington Street and turned it into an auto repair service shop. Bring your vehicles, side-by-sides, boats. If it has a motor, Brandon can fix it. Located at the old car wash on Washington Street, call him today at 641-629-9053. 641-629-9053. Give him a call right now.
Hi, this is Brandon with BK Service. Come on over and see me.
With today's interest rates, if you're selling your home and moving, it is important as ever to make sure that you're bringing as much equity across into your new home. Hi, this is Mike Bukite with Pella Real Estate Services. I recently helped someone sell their home in Dutchman's Landing for $330,000. Using our Pres Listing Advantage, they saved $6,900. When it's time to sell your home, call 628-1BUY and use the Pres Listing Advantage at Pella Real Estate Services.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Pella Cooperative Electric. Just a reminder, our office will be closed December 23rd, 26th, 30th, and January 2nd to celebrate the holiday season. We will reopen Tuesday, January 3rd. As always, our on-call staff is available to you in case of outages or emergencies. Looking out for you, our member owners, we are Pella Cooperative Electric.
Get a little extra dough this holiday season at Community First Credit Union. If you're one of the many who need a little extra help this time of year, you're going to love our holiday loan special. We're offering a rate lower than most credit cards, no collateral requirements, and an easy online or in-branch application. This loan is excellent for holiday shopping, consolidating your debt, and more. To apply, stop by your local C1st branch or apply online at c1stcu.com today. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval, equal housing opportunity.
Season's greetings from the Colors by Heather family. I'm Heather.
And I'm Tate. The new year is a time of change for everyone, even your wall color.
New year, new paint. We have openings starting in 2023. So if you need a refreshed paint job, drywall repairs, or general handyman work, contact us at 641-230-0182.
Or DM us at Colors by Heather on Facebook. Happy holidays from our crew.
Nikki, Marianne,
Heather,
and me, Tate.
We look forward to serving you.
Welcome inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show on 92.1 KRLS. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Final score, Pella 79, Fairfield 27. And let's dive right into post-game festivities with our McCall Monument Radio Monumental Play and Player of the Game. And we'll start first with the play of the game. How about that reverse layup by Tristan Gordon for Pella, Brian? You know, in a 52-point win, there's no play that was like a pivotal play in the game. That was just a pretty sweet drive by Tristan, cut across the lane underneath the bucket and flipped it back up over her head for two.
And yeah, it was something you don't quite often see in a girls' game, quite frankly.
Yep.
But and it was a great job of ball control and handling it. But it was really kind of the spark, or it was like 5 to 7 points into that big run. And so I think it really created some momentum. Her teammates excited. Everybody kind of buckled down, and we went, I think that was maybe the 7th point, and then we went on for another 13 or 14 points without them scoring after that.
Yeah, great call. It was 16-8 at the time, and that was right at the end of the first quarter. Pella had an 11-8 lead. That made it 18-8, so spot on. That was the 7th point of what turned into a 20-0 run. And speaking of 20, our player of the game, Mia Warner. She put a 20-piece on the board tonight, Brian.
Yeah, she did a great job. She hit some threes early. She hit her free throws. She's our steady rebounder. Just an all-around good game, which is what you're counting on out of your senior leadership.
All right, tonight's McCall Monumental Play and Player of the Game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own memorial, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer, McCall Monument, on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Continuing our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show after a 79-27 Pella victory over Fairfield. Tonight's final stats are presented by the Verduff Agency. I'm just going to go in numerical order because so many scored. 2 for Kelsey Tauke, 11 for Abby Warner, 2 for Maddie Harmon, 9 for Tristan Gordon, 2 for Kylie Tauke. That is a surprise.
Yeah.
Just 2 and a 79-point outburst for Pella. 9 for Kennedy Van Vark, 20 for Mia Warner, 2 for Jenna Oltman, 9 for Haley Van Vark, 6 for Maggie Thompson, and 6 for Eliza Van Zee as 11 Pella players score. For Fairfield, Ashlyn Lisk led the way with 13, Savannah Hollander with 9, 2 each for Grace Lyon, Maddie Jones, and Brianna Steele, and 2 massive category victories for Pella. 43-22 on the boards, 31-8 in turnovers. So an extra 21 possessions in rebounding, an extra 23 possessions in turnovers. Pella gets 44 extra possessions and wins 79-27. Tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you at the Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. And Brian, let's wrap up the Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show by going in closing, presented by Lighton State Bank. Your thoughts on a blowout victory for the Dutch?
Well, in addition to all the good things, one last thing that I definitely wanted to point out was I thought our post play was really good. Both Van Zee and Van Vark, not only scoring, good footwork, we talked about that. They got some nice buckets. When the threes weren't falling early, they were getting us second, third, fourth, and sometimes fifth attempts at things by hitting the offensive board. So I really felt like their play, particularly early, but throughout the game, really was pivotal and something we can build on as well. well.
In closing has been presented by Lighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. That wraps up the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. We'd also like to thank Infinity Physical Therapy. For those of you that are watching the Pella Dutch Live YouTube presentation tonight, it's presented by our friends at Infinity Physical Therapy. All right, that's a wrap on the girls' game. The final score one more time, Pella 79, Fairfield 27. We'll take a break and come back with the boys' game right after this on KRLS.
At Two Rivers Cooperative, we are upgrading our control station in Pella. The pumps are temporarily closed and we hope to reopen in December. This upgrade will provide several big benefits, including increased security with our card readers, more consumer fuel choices, new fuel offerings like dyed diesel, E85, and E15, and will be faster fueling with no waiting for the pumps to prime. And when the pumps reopen, our Two Rivers local card users will still save 4 cents on every gallon. Thank you for your patience and for supporting Pella's only locally owned gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella, your local exterior painting experts. Winter in Iowa doesn't lend itself to doing much painting outside, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't chat. Winter is when a lot of people are planning for their spring projects. So if you're thinking about painting your house, now is a great time for me to come and talk about some ideas and give you an estimate. You can learn more about us and see some of our work by visiting spain-painting.com. Spain Painting, exteriors done with integrity.
Hey there, do you like things that offer lots of value but don't cost anything? So do we. This is why Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella now offers a lifetime powertrain warranty, free of charge with the purchase of a new Ford, Lincoln, or pre-owned vehicle, less than 6 model years old, under 100,000 miles. And lifetime means lifetime. As long as you own your vehicle, it's covered. Get more details today at ulrichford.com or stop by to chat with one of our friendly sales consultants. Just one more way. Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella is taking care of you.
As Pella Community Schools is preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve, cross-country coach Doug Cutler says it's important to help each student understand what success is for them individually.
And you're not comparing yourself continuously with others. It's comparing within. That's why cross-country, I really enjoy that aspect of it, that we work very hard at defining success for each person on the team of what's going to make them successful.
Preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve. Pella Community Schools. Pella!
Jerry and Lucy Ellis of Pella were building a new home, and Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry made everything a breeze.
It was such an easy process. We had cabinets in the kitchen, 3 bathrooms, a utility room, and we could pick all that out in 1 hour and a half because he had exactly what you needed to make your house look beautiful.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
We have to find a funzo for Taryn for Christmas.
This is the 5th mall today. We've been looking everywhere.
Can I help you?
Please tell me you have a funzo.
We've been sold out for weeks.
Anything I can help you with?
Any chance you have a funzo in stock?
It's your lucky day. We have 1 left.
Yes! You've been relentless with this funzo, just like Brand Appeal's been relentless in developing new and original concepts for our company's rebranding initiative.
For branding, print, web, interactive, and video, get Brand Appeal. Relentless for you.
Welcome back to Pella Community High School on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon. After Pella's girls win 79-27, we now turn our attention to the boys' game. Pella comes in at 3-1 overall. They are 2-0 in Little Hawkeye Conference play. They'll be taking on a Fairfield team that is 2-2 and 1-1 in Southeast Conference play. And Brian, this is a brand new Dutch team this year, right? If you look at the state champions from 2 years ago, last year's team that made it to a regional final, very few holdovers from that group of players, an entire new starting 5. They're 4 games into this kind of new era of Pella basketball and off to a pretty decent start at 3-1. And let's start with tonight's McCall Monumental Radio keys to the game. Derek Schulte, kind of the motto for this team this year is rebound, defend, and value the basketball. They've been defending well. They've been rebounding pretty well. He says they want to cut down on their turnovers a little bit. They're averaging, over 15 per game. And I know that's one of the things we talked about in the girls' game, but it's just a staple of basketball, right? You can't score if you don't have the ball, and that's one of the things I'll be watching tonight is can Pella do a little better job of holding on to the rock.
well, maybe I'll do the same thing I did for the girls' game. Said, I don't think there's any way they'll get just 10. And lo and behold, it was under that. Yep. So that would be great. But, again, the interesting thing for the boys is that they are going to hang their hat on their defense.
Yep.
And that's going to be different for Pella fans. That's going to be different for Pella opponents because we've been a high-scoring, high-flying, lots of action, lots of threes. Not that we're not going to take threes, but we're really going to hang our hat on our defense and rebounding and then score and out of that and play enough offense, and maybe somebody will get hot and some of that. But it's not going to be the three-point show like it has been the last several years.
We have been the last handful of years one of the top scoring teams in the state, and I believe one of those last handful of years we led the entire Class 3A in scoring, and that's just not what this group is going to do. They're going to shoot it, and so when you're shooting it, I know they made 12 threes in the first half a week ago at Washington in that victory. There are going to be nights that they're going to fill it up and they're going to score a bunch of points, but if they're going to have ultimate success this year, go deep in the tournament, contend in the Little Hawkeye Conference, it's going to be on the back of their defense.
Yeah, it definitely is, and again, fans and people and the players are going to just have to be patient with that because that's, offense. That's what everybody grows up. You don't go out in your driveway and practice defensive shuffles. Everybody wants to be able to score and shoot the rock. So, but it'll be fun to watch this team develop because any team that kind of starts at square one, developing a personality, and it'll just be kind of a fun experience to see who steps up, who plays well, who's the leaders, who's going to be the vocal leader, who's going to be the leader by example. All those are all components of championship level teams.
One other key tonight is a key absence for Fairfield. J.J. Lane, their senior leading scorer. He started the first 2 games for the Trojans this year and averaged 22 points in those 2 games. He has not played in their last 2 games, and they have the shooting shirts off of what I presume to be the starting 5. He wears number 2, and he's not out there. So it looks like they're out their top scorer. That said, Max Wheaton, another senior, a 19-point-per-game scorer. The Dutch are going to have to identify where he is at all times.
Yeah, I was going to say a good defensive team does just that. They know who the shooters are. They know who the scorers are. You take them and make it difficult, make somebody else beat you.
That's our McCall Monument, Monumental Radio keys to the game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning your memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan your memorial and trust the monument experts at McCall Monument on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Let's take another look at tonight's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It has actually ticked up a degree somehow, Brian. It's 40 degrees, but windy and rainy here in Pella.
I thought I saw where the high was going to be around midnight and then drop again. So steadily climbing throughout the day until midnight, and then the bottom end drop out. But you know what? We're not shoveling.
And we're nice and comfortable inside of the Pella High School gym. We know that cold, crappy weather is here to stay for the winter. If your home does not keep up, make sure to call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, because you'll always rest easy when you pick up the phone end here.
Van Haften.
And let's take a quick check at tonight's colors of the game presented by Spain Painting. The Dutch are in their white jerseys with the green lettering and numerals and trim, and Fairfield is in the orange jerseys with the black lettering and numerals and trim. So it'll be the white and green of Pella and the orange and black of Fairfield. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Levi Spain with Spain Painting, their exterior painting experts, and Levi would love to talk to you now to start planning a spring painting project for your home or business. Check them out online at spain-painting.com. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Menninga Pest Control. Fairfield 2-2 overall, 1-1 in the Southeast Conference. Starts Riley Perkins, Max Wheaton, Tate Allen, Ryan Higgins, and Sam Wheaton. So Perkins, Wheaton, Allen, Higgins, and Wheaton. And for Pella, 3-1, 2-0 in the Little Hawkeye Conference, Luke Keichis, Luke Hardman, Trey Van Howen, Roman Hugen, and Cam Schulte. Keichis, Hardman, Van Howen, Hugen, and Schulte. For the Dutch, tonight's starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon, they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups to the crowd here at Pella. And just checking in on a note from Blaine Forsyth, checking to see who our halftime guest will be here during our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. And, you talked about the post play out of the Pella girls. We're going to talk with Haley Van Vark. 9 points and 7 rebounds for Haley in that 79-27 victory for the Dutch.
Well, that'll be fun. That'll be good.
We have a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Final score, it was Lewis Central 57, Norwalk 38. So that's a final, our final. Again, let's just check the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard while we're at it. So 57-38, Lewis Central over Norwalk. Pella beat Fairfield 79-27. And at the end of the third quarter, just got this one in, another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Knoxville 33, Sheraton 24. So that's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. What's your favorite part of the renovation of the gym here, Brian?
I'm going old school, back to the 70s, and it's not quite like it was, but I like the darkened lane.
Okay.
The darker wood, because in the 70s in the old gym.
Well, I'm not trying to date you here, Brian, but you played high school basketball when I was a wee little guy. You would have played in the old gym, right?
Correct.
When did this gym come on board? Do you happen to remember?
Oh boy, because I was done coaching girls basketball, because I don't think I ever coached here. So it's been around. It would be a guess at best. I'm not very knowledgeable on that one.
So you like the painted lane?
I do.
How about the windmill, which is the same kind of painted color underneath the P and stretches from sideline to sideline?
I mean, I like the subtleness of it.
Yep.
I love that part of our Pella logo. I think that's really cool. Something, a real nice improvement for us.
If you've not been to the gym, they've got the new Pella Dutch font on the baselines and on the padding with the windmill. They've got the new scores table. We used to have, one scores table, and then we kind of added a second one. Now it's one long, nice scores table with that new branding of Pella.
They got the state champions on banners.
I think that looks great behind the basket.
Much cleaner. They used to have, if you remember, they had banners everywhere.
Yes.
Every time we qualified for state in a different event, both boys and girls. And I mean, that was nice. But now we got our state champions, and then they got state qualifiers on the far side, the years that and the different sports. So
our gym got to like Grandma's house, where she just never threw anything away. That's
exactly right.
Because we had so many of them. It looks really clean and really good.
Such a problem we've had with the success we've had here at in the Dutch Gymnasium and sports programs over the years.
All right, we're ready for the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Pella left to right. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. The opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandeloon settling in for Pella and Fairfield. Trojans have the ball working from right to left, and Ramon Hugen comes up with a steal on the opening Fairfield possession. So the Dutch now from left to right in white and green. Hugen on the right wing, top of the key, Cam Schulte. Left side for Van Houen, fires it off to Kaichis on the left elbow. Back up to Ramon between the rings. Gets a little screen from Van Houen, passes it off to Trey. Left-hand dribble to the free throw line. Stops, spins, kicks. This is Schulte, back out to Hugen. Hugen drives and kicks. Van Houen from the left wing, back out to Ramon. Shot fake, gets inside the three-point line, misses the jump shot, and it's rebounded by the Trojans and Max Wheaton.
It may be interesting that the shot clock may actually come into play with these two teams.
Here's a drive by Wheaton, little kick out to Ryan Higgins, controlling in the left corner. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandeloon live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth here on 92.1 KRLS. And now a lean-in offensive foul as Cam Schulte hits the deck, and it's Wheaton picking up his first foul.
That was a call that Cam wasn't getting in the first game of the year against North Polk. Nice job of getting position and drawing that charge. Both teams in a very aggressive man-to-man to start the game. Oh, we're going to have a little referee conference here for something.
By the way, the first AP poll of the year came out yesterday. North Polk's #1.
I saw that.
And Pella took North Polk down to the final seconds of that game. This is a good Pella team.
It really is. They're concerned that the shot clock is not working above the far basket.
Okay. Good catch on that, Brian.
Looks
so
like
maybe they'll reset the whole system.
Shut them off. That's what I would do at home. Just turn it off or unplug it and try it again.
Well, we'll call that our champion seed game reset because they're going to reset the whole, not the whole game here, but.
You were on your A game. I tell you what, you're good.
Now, normally during a champion seed game reset, we talk about the time and all that, and we would normally not be able to do that, except for Andy Johnson and our friends at Pella Dutch Live. We've got it all right here for us, Brian. 6:54, so we've played 1 minute and 6 seconds, and it looks like that reset has not worked on the. Boy, my directions are horrible. Which way is right here, Brian? East, west, north, south?
Yeah.
Me and you both. All right. Yep.
I'm about as directionally challenged as I am colorblind challenged.
Okay.
So I am not much help in a lot of categories.
So the right shot clock.
The closest to the snack bar.
The snack bar shot clock is off, and the parking lot shot clock is working. How about that?
I bet everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yes, they do. So the question is...
Well, we have...
I got to be right honest. I'm not quite sure how they deal with this.
Oh, I got an update from Jess Manning. Says that... Oh, now I got to repart.
Well, Dave Van Gorp...
The new gym was finished during the... during the volleyball season of 1998.
Okay.
There you go. Pella High trivia.
Oh, so I moved from Minneapolis down to Marion County in the fall of 1998.
Okay.
So this gym is as old as I am an Iowan.
You'll never forget that again.
Here's Keitch's top of the key three. It's short, no good. Roman Hugen flying in, trying to get the rebound. Can't grab it. Higgins does for Fairfield. No score yet.
Another turnover.
And that's a Fairfield turnover, the third one, stolen away by Trey Van Houen. Now Hugen for three, no good. Weak side rebound controlled by Fairfield. So the Dutch just not getting the shots to go. Fairfield's turned it over 3 times. Pella's missed 3 shots, of which the Trojans have gotten all 3 rebounds.
That's very similar to how the girls' game started.
And now a Trojan shot, and it's a 3, and it's good for Riley Perkins. So their first shot is a basket, and Fairfield has a 3-0 lead.
Hi, Archer.
Drive by Cam Schulte, gets inside, scoop shot no good, fights, gets his own rebound, gets it blocked, but they call a late whistle and a foul on Wheaton, and that's his second.
Good job of battling in there by Cam. Missed the first one, but stayed right with it, got the rebound, and went back up strong with it.
3-0 Fairfield. We've played just over 2 minutes of our opening quarter. A game reset, a champion seed game reset. Champion Seed with local dealer Jay Boat is an independently owned and regionally focused seed company that strives to build and maintain the broadest portfolio of genetics and traits. It's Champion Seed, where they only champion the best. First free throw, no good by Schulte. Dutch still looking to break the seal here with 5:51 to go in the first quarter, trailing 3-zip.
I'm glad they're allowing us to play on, and they're not worried about that shot clock. I mean, it may come into play because obviously you can't see it on that end. But
well, what they said is that Dave Van Gorp, when it gets to 10, Dave, the public address announcer, will count it down from 10. So that'll be a bit of maybe a distraction. There's a 3, and it's good by Tate Allen. Pella with Schulte missed both free throws, and now Fairfield buries another 3, and they're out to a 6-0 lead. Keitch posting up. Nice feed. Misses the bunny. Gets his own rebound and puts it in for Pella's first 2 of the night.
Good job of finishing strong that time. Left the first one a little short, but stayed right with it.
6-2 in favor of Pella. Now Fairfield on the other end. Turnaround flip shot with a left hand. Little baby hook, no good. Rebounded by Hugen. Here comes Pella to push. Left to right in white and green, down 6-2. Keitch left side, Van Houen in front of the Fairfield bench. Looking at Hardman, drives around his defender, puts it up, lays it in, and draws the contact on Perkins for an and-one opportunity for Trey Van Houen.
Nice drive to the bucket by Van Houen. Finished strong, even though he's getting swatted from the side. And chance for the 3-point.
Tyson Barnes checks into the game for Keitch. We're talking about the kind of the remodel, the renovation. I love the new advertising board on the snack bar side as well.
Yep.
Here's the free throw, and it's good. As I understand, as we continue to build and grow things here, eventually they hope to grow to be able to do some replays from Pella Dutch Live on the video screen for the fans.
Nice
Here's a steal by Schulte. Great anticipation as you set right, and then what a play by Cam Schulte. He gets fouled. He lost the ball. He regathers it and lays it in while being fouled. fouled. Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing. What a play, Brian.
That's early for a Randall Roofing Raise the Roof, but let's hope we have a few of them. But that deserved it. That was a nice job of anticipation, getting the ball, finish it, everything but finishing it with the free throw.
Well, Cam's 0 for 3 at the free throw line, and I don't care if it's 5 seconds into the game or with 5 seconds left. When you bring the crowd to your feet, we're going to raise the roof with Randall Roofing. And there's a missed shot by Fairfield and a foul. They're kind of mounting early on the Trojans. Sam Wheaton picks it up on Luke Hardman as he grabbed the rebound, and that is 5 Fairfield fouls in the first 3 minutes of this game.
That could play big as well, unless we're missing all of our free throws, but we should have a lot of free throw opportunities.
Luke Hardman's spin move gets inside, missed shot, no good, rebounded by Higgins. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing, a proud sponsor of the Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Then Howard tried to pick up the charge and wasn't quite there.
Pella leads by 1, 7-6 with 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. Here in the first quarter, we've got a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. PCM has beaten Perry 43-31 in girls basketball action tonight. And no more appropriate person. Oh, nope, that was Tyler Crabb. Thanks, Tyler, for that update. Thought maybe Perry Bell hooked us up with that one. As PCM beat the Blue Jays. Here's a Fairfield 3 at the top of the key, no good. A lot of guys battling for that rebound. It's Roman Hugan that comes out with it for Pella. Pushes it up to Luke Hardman. Shot fake, steps inside. Uh-oh. Maybe Luke hurt his left knee there. Here's a 3. Rattles out, no good. Hugan another rebound, but more concerned about Luke Hardman right now for the Dutch. He's got it in the right corner. Shot fake and a drive. I guess he's settled back in. Spins, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Fairfield. All right, good to see Luke back to full speed. 7-6 Pella, 3:36 to go first quarter. Ball controlled by Higgins for the Trojans. Wearing their all-orange jerseys. Reach in by Barnes, knocked it away, but Fairfield picks it back up. Now a drive by Wheaton on the baseline. Challenged by Hugan, who commits the foul, and an and-one opportunity for Sam Wheaton.
That was a classic shell drill that didn't quite happen the way you're supposed to have it happen. He was a little bit late coming over from the weak side on the help, and that's why he had the foul.
3:24 remaining in the first quarter. Fairfield 8, Pella 7. Free throw right to left by Wheaton is good, and the Trojans have a 9-7 lead.
Oh, we got people listening because I got all kinds of responses when the gym was built.
There we go. Were they all the same?
Yes. So
okay. That tells you we're probably right. A little backdoor cut. Van Howen missed the shot. Barnes the rebound. Back up and in. Tyson Barnes ties it at 9.
Nice strong rebound. Good finish.
9-9 game. 3 minutes to go first quarter. Drive by Wheaton. Gets through traffic. And a blocking foul by Cam Schulte. There is no halo in high school basketball. No. Cam would, if there was, he was certainly in it, but that is not the reason. They thought maybe Cam was slid in late.
I would love to see that change at the high school level, personally. I think it, as athletic as the kids and the people are getting, I think that would be a good change, and it's a much more definitive call, too.
Well, and it's just not fair to the offensive player. I mean, in that type of situation, you blow by your defender and a guy just sets up underneath the lane. I mean, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
But they said Schulte got there late, and Wheaton makes both free throws. He's got 5 points, and Fairfield's reclaimed an 11-9 lead. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go first quarter. Pella ball, first time tonight. Braden Trado's been in the game. Barnes to Van Howen to Kaichis, spin and kick. Open Trado, right corner 3, boom.
Nice kick, nice finish.
Pella back up by 1, 12-11 Dutch.
A lot more offensive minded than I was thinking this game was going to be. There's actually quite a bit of offensive action.
Here's a drive, nice little weave into the paint. Jump shot is on the way, and good. J.J. Lane is back for Fairfield. 22 points a game in the first 2 games, missed the last couple with an injury, but he comes off the bench and hits one in the lane. No pun intended for JJ. 13-12. Pella down by a point. Trado has it deep on the left wing in front of the Fairfield bench. Pass it off to Van Howen for three. Boom! Trey Van Howen's got 6, and Pella has a 15-13 lead. And Carla Isink approves. Here's a drive by Cooper Polanski, who's just checked into the game. Gives it off to Tate Allen. Now a drive by Isaac Harris, and he gets blocked by Kaichis, but fouled. A lot of energy for a Tuesday night, Brian.
Yes, there is. And that was one of those calls where it probably was a clean block, but because of how aggressively swatted down, he looked guilty.
Champion seed game reset, 15-13 Pella, 1:36 to go first quarter. Possession arrow Pella. That's Pella's 4th foul. Fairfield has committed 5 on a champion seed game reset. First free throw, no good. Dutch lead by 2.
That's kind of evened itself out here a little bit, which typically it does. Yeah, the student section's kind of into it. It must be ugly sweater or
Christmas
close to it. Yep. Ugly sweater night, but
second free throw, no good. Barnes rebounds for Pella. Yeah, it's an all Christmas look out of the Pella student section. Hugan, who's lost the headband here, pass it off. Braden Trado fakes a pass right, does pass left. Barnes couldn't handle it. It's Pella's first turnover of the game. Easy for me to say, and then Kaichis gets it back on the other end. Here's Roman, right side for Van Howen, drives and kicks. Kaichis left wing, drives around a defender, into the corner for Hugan for 3, no good. And then rebounded by Trado, out to Barnes. Here's Kaichis for 3, boom!
Nice job. He's a shooter, he gets himself set. He also does a nice job in the post, so he's got a nice inside-outside game.
Largest lead of the game for Pella, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, is 5. It's 18-13 Dutch. Here's J.J. Lane driving. His teardrop is no good, rebounded by Van Howen. And the Dutch coming the other way with an 18-13 lead. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Van Howen around a screen, has it on the left wing, crosses around Lane, kicks it out to Kaichis. His shot fake, drives left baseline, and he's fouled on the floor. I believe that's Isaac Harris with the bump.
Yep. I was just going to say a nice pump fake by Kaichis to get past the defender.
Well, when you're a shooter, you've got to utilize that shot fake, Brian. Take advantage, get that defender up in the air and blow on by. Trado now.
Hold for 1.
Yeah, shot clock is off on both sides. Game clock has 11 seconds first quarter, 18-13 Pella. Hugan, double team flashes out. He drives to the free throw line, puts up a runner, no good. Rebound batted around, controlled by Harris for Fairfield. And the Trojans won't get off a final shot. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Pella 18, Fairfield 13. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth for boys basketball here on KRLS.
This is Shannon at Lighton State Bank. We're excited to announce that we bumped up our rate on our Lighton interest account to 3.56% APY. If you'd like to earn up to $534 annually for doing simple things like signing up for e-statements, paying bills by ACH, and swiping your card a dozen times per month, our rewards account might be perfect for you. Lighton State Bank, member FDIC.
Never know how.
Make sure to check out the holiday season savings at your Sheraton Napa Auto Parts store. Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil is $23.99. Hopkins 35-inch snow brush and scrapers are $11.49. 20-pound bags of Roadrunner Ice Melt are $7.29. Power Service Diesel Fuel Additive plus Cetane Boost is $8.99. And Power Service Diesel 911 Fuel Deicer is $9.99. These holiday season savings and more only at your Sheraton Napa Auto Parts store.
Never know how.
We welcome you back into the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth with a Straver Cellular Instant Radio update. Knoxville has picked up a girls basketball victory over Sheraton, 43-39. Our score here in the boys game, Pella has an 18-13 lead as we get ready to start the second quarter of action here on KRLS. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon high above the Pella High School gymnasium up in the catbird seat with a bird's eye view of this one. Dutch moving from left to right. Braden Trado has it on the left wing, drives and kicks. Cam Schulte, right corner three, just a little off the mark, no good. And a high rebound for Max Wheaton of Fairfield. Pella, an 11-8 lead on the glass. They lead 18-13 on the scoreboard.
Fairfield dropped into a 2-3 zone that time. We'll see if they stay with that.
Wheaton kicks it out to Lane. Dribbling between the rings, backs it up to the Pella P, right to left in orange and black for Fairfield. They go right side, controlled by Higgins. Now trying to post up Wheaton that's Max Wheaton inside. And they go left side, Tate Allen to the elbow, stops, kicks. Wheaton, free throw line, 15-footer, no good. Rebound Pella. Nice clear by Cameron Rowe. First action for Cam here in this second quarter. Kaichis, Trado left side, swing it to Schulte, left baseline, drives, and he's fouled on the floor. A 7th Fairfield foul, which will send Cam Schulte to the line for a 1-and-1. Unfortunately, Cam is 0 of 3 at the line in the early trading.
Right now, he's going to turn it around. I have a good feeling.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Windmill Print and Stitch in Pella. Windmill Print and Stitch is a locally owned decorated apparel company right here in Pella, and they're a proud partner of BSN Sports. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good, and it's rebounded by Fairfield. If you need apparel for your team or business, call Phil Hemming with BSN Sports at 620-8337, or stop into the BSN Sports Windmill Print and Stitch office on Southeast 14th Street in Pella. Tate Allen, a three-pointer for Fairfield, draws the Trojans within 2 at 18-16. Schulte, Luke Hardman, left corner three, boom! Luke Hardman, I believe that's his first shot of the game, and he knocks it down, and Pella has a 21-16 lead.
He had a drive earlier, but certainly his first three-pointer that he shot and made.
5-point Dutch lead. Fairfield right to left with the ball in orange and black. Wheaton hands it off to Allen. Right-hand dribble. Double team flashes up. Passes it off to the other Wheaton at the right elbow. Drives and kicks. This is Sam Wheaton for three. It's short, no good. Rebound towards the Pella bench. Luke Kaichis lets it go out of bounds, and it'll be Pella ball. 21-16 Pella. For those of you watching on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel, we'd like to thank Infinity Physical Therapy for being tonight's game sponsor of our video presentation on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. Thank you to Infinity Physical Therapy. 21-16 Pella, 5 minutes, 59 seconds to go, second quarter. Hugan back into the game. Trado right corner three. Boom!
Good ball movement. Around the corner they went and found the man open in the far right corner.
Fourth three-pointer of the game for Pella. The Dutch have their largest lead at 24-16. Now Lane to the free throw line. Tried to find Wheaton underneath. Bounce passes off the mark. Turnover number 5 for Fairfield. And a vision for less timeout for the Trojans. Well, Brian, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, the girls for Pella won 79-27. It's their most points in nearly 6 years. The Dutch put 79 on the board in a 79-17 win over Knoxville in January of 2017. Tonight, a 79-27 victory over Fairfield. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Yeah, and as we said while we were doing that game, if you wanted to get picky, they'd have made a couple free throws.
Right. Could have hit the 80 spot.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they'll be okay with something to work on and improve, and know that they played a good 4 quarters. Looks like the Dutch are... Looks like Fairfield is dropping out of their zone, and they're back to man-to-man.
Pella 24, Fairfield 16. This is the largest lead of the game for Pella at 8. They've hit three-pointers on their last 2 possessions with Hardman and Trado. Hugan has it on the left wing. Fires to the top of the key for Rowe. Now Trado back to Rowe. Right-hand dribble. Pass it off to Trado. Into the corner. Schulte has it. Cutting Hardman under the bucket. Double team. Fights through it and scores.
He just battles. He battles. He gets banged around. He battles and does a nice job of regaining in balance and putting up a soft shot off the glass.
Well, and he's not tall. He's not wide. He's not real muscular. He's just a tough kid.
He's an athlete.
There's a knockaway by Pella. It'll stay with Fairfield left side.
And he has an attitude in a positive sort of way of an attitude. He's got a I'm not going to be denied kind of an attitude.
26-16. This is the largest lead of the game for the Dutch. They led 18-13 at the end of the first quarter. And a quick little 8-3 spurt to start the second. 4:56 to go here in the quarter. Got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up. We'll talk with Haley Van Bark of the victorious Pella girls during our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
9 seconds, 8, 7.
Yep, good catch. Here's a three-pointer on the way. This is Perkins, yes. Riley Perkins, his second three-pointer of the night, one in each quarter, and it's a 26-19 Pella lead. Trado for the Dutch. Back out to Van Houen. That's well short, no good. Hardman got his hand on the rebound, but it was controlled by Perkins. Here comes Fairfield, right to left, down by 7. Into the hands of Max Wheaton in the left corner. Trying to set a screen on Schulte, but Wheaton just drives inside, stops in the lane, kicks it back out. This is controlled by Perkins. Drives into a double team. Wheaton free throw line jumper rattles in, and Fairfield has scored 5 in a row.
Just when I thought Pella was going to go on a little run, Fairfield's kind of bounced back a little bit again.
Now a drive by Hardman, and he's bumped on the floor by Tate Allen. That's his second foul, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Luke Hardman coming up. Check of the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All of these girls' games are finals tonight. Pella beat Fairfield 79-27. It was Knoxville over Sheraton 43-39. Norwalk lost to Lewis Central 57-38. And PCM beat Perry 43-31 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, they're serving you and building community across the county. First free throw by Hardman is good. That will earn him a second free throw on the 1-and-1. 27-21 Dutch.
I was going to reminisce again for just a quick second. We were talking about all the changes of the old gym and the new gym. The fact that there's bright enough lights back in the old days, you'd be in these gyms where they were so dim it was like playing with headlights on your driveway.
Very bright. Yeah, very clean, bright, modern look. Here's a spin move by Wheaton. Nice job getting to the rim, and he goes off the glass. Soft touch for the big man for 2. And Pella pushing the other way with Hardman. Shot fake, he drives around Wheaton, misses the reverse layup. Ball loose on the floor. Look what Hardman found. Van Houen, pay it off. No good. Rebound, though, by Hugen. His third opportunity, no good. Rebounded by Schulte for Pella. Schulte fighting through a double team. Kicks it back out. Ball reversal, Pella. 3-ball Trado, no. Rebound off the top of the backboard to Fairfield.
That was a lot of excitement for not getting any buckets out of it. Nice job of battling on the boards. Good job of ball movement around the horn. Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
Pella 28, Fairfield 23. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Foul on Pella is called on Luke Hardman. That's his first, and that is the 5th team foul on Pella, so the Trojans will inbound from in front of the Pella student section. A hostile crowd here tonight at Pella. Shades of the Cameron Crazies. And the inbounds pass controlled by Perkins.
Put an ugly sweater on a kid and you never know what they're going to do at a game, right?
Pella by 5, 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Hugen knocks it away from Perkins, picked up by Wheaton in front of the Pella bench. Now Perkins, left-hand dribble to the elbow. Kick it out, drive by Higgins. We've got a whistle, foul on the floor. Basket went. That will not count as the foul is called on Colin Current. Seeing his first action of the night and commits the foul. And that's the last to give for the Dutch.
Which is aggressive as they play is not bad to get this far into the first half.
Now a whistle and a foul, and J.J. Lane will go to the line on a 1-and-1 from Trey Van Houen. Well, Pella's going 9 deep. That's kind of their regular rotation. And, you know, quite honestly, a lot of these pieces are kind of mix and match. So you, other than it sends you the other team to the line, from an individual standpoint, the Dutch can afford to be a little aggressive on these. And there's a miss, and then Hardman gets a rebound, and a foul on the rebound on Fairfield.
Seems like they are definitely trying to establish some level of control. They're calling it rather tightly right now. Here as we come to a close here in the first half.
Ryan Higgins is the culprit. Free throw front end of a 1-and-1 for Luke Hardman. Good. Champion seed game reset, 29-23 Pella. Both teams are in the bonus. The Dutch are in the double bonus. Fairfield in the single bonus. Possession arrow is with Fairfield with 2:44 to go in the second quarter on a champion seed game reset. Second free throw, no good. Higgins rebounds for Fairfield. Lane has it between the rings, drives on Hugan, fakes the dribble handoff, pulls up from 15 feet left side, no good. Rebounded by Pella, controlled by Barnes, racing it ahead. Hugan has the ball, fires it to Hardman in front of the Fairfield bench. Pella from left to right. Hugan has it on the right wing. Now Hardman up top. Right hand dribble on Lane. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Roman on the right wing. And he'll back it out, set it to Hardman in the right corner. Over Lane for three, no good. Weak side rebound, Current fighting for it, controlled by Wheaton for Fairfield. 29-23, Pella by 6. Perkins, nobody home.
Threw it between two teammates.
Brendan Foudy, Pella's 9th grade coach, the closest receiver there, and he's out of bounds and on the bench. 6 Fairfield turnovers. Knock on wood, Brian, 1 Pella turnover in the first 14 minutes of this game. Pella leads 29-20. Oh, Jesus. Pella, I meant 2 Pella turnovers in the first 14 minutes of this game. Here's Perkins, lean in shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Current for the Dutch. And now Collin whips it ahead. Hugan in front of the Fairfield bench. Onto the baseline for Barnes. Turnaround 15-footer. Rattles out, no good. And the rebound controlled by Fairfield. Wheaton's 5th. Trojans down by 6 with the ball. Perkins races ahead, kicks it back out. Wheaton shot fake on the drive, leans in front of Hardman and scores. 6 points all in this quarter.
He does a nice job close to the basket. Got good body control and finishes well.
29-25, Pella with a 4-point lead with 1:04 to go second quarter. Got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up. Here's Kaichis on a drive, blocked by Lane. Climb the ladder to block that one, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Pella on the team rebound. What a nice play off the ball by Lane, coming over with help defense to block Kaichis.
Yeah, really nice job of help defense there, and a nice clean block using his athletic ability. Here's where you want to finish a quarter strong and go in with some momentum at half. Got a couple of possessions with only 55 seconds left, so you want to make the most of those.
29-25, Pella leads by 4. Trado into the front court for the Dutch. Kaichis top of the key. Shot clock, by the way, is back working on the snack bar side of the gym. Kaichis deep 3, top of the key. Just off the mark, no good. Rebound battled for. Thought that went out off of Higgins, but they say Pella touched it last. All right, Fairfield ball. I can buy that.
Yeah. Pella in a 1-2-2 full court.
Shot clock, game clock, 5-second difference. 30 seconds on the game clock, 25 to shoot for Fairfield. Waning seconds first half, 29-25 Dutch. It's been a fun first 16 minutes. Lane has it between the rings for Fairfield, moving from right to left in orange and black. He backs it out to the Pella P with a left-hand dribble in the baby blue shoes. Gets around a screen, gets in, teardrop, high off glass, no good. Offensive rebound was controlled by Harris, fouled by Hardman. The Pella fans don't like the call. They thought he stripped him cleanly after the rebound. Or Trado, rather, not Hardman. Trado, the foul.
One of those where he may have missed the foul on the rebound, but by the time he actually was blocking it, it was clean. So
1-1 for Harris, who missed 2 free throws back in the first quarter. Trojans are 3 of 6 at the line as a team. Right to left, bend at the knees, front end of the 1-and-1, rattles out, no good.
Still get a good shot, 10 seconds.
Rebound by Hardman, here we go, down to 6 seconds first half. Pella leads 29-25. Trado out to Hugan. Shot fake, has to fire up a contested look at the buzzer that's no good. And at the end of the first half, it's Pella 29, Fairfield 25. We'll be back with our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show right after this on KRLS.
Are you living with pain or movement issues? Exercises and stretches aren't working? You're not alone. Hi, this is Laura, a care coordinator at Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy in Pella. I see many clients come in with your same story. They want to get back to doing what they love. I also get to see them more hope-filled than ever, getting back to living with less pain and more movement. If you're looking for a happy ending to your story, call us at 621-0230 or visit kineticedgept.com today.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Memories become treasures. McCall Monument.
Sprunk drives, kicks to Fancher, to Andringa, who's going to get it inside to Mulder, and Mulder with the slam! Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Welcome inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Pella boys 29, Fairfield 25. For tires, front end work, there no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. We will have a chat with Haley Van Vark of the Pella girls in just a moment, but first we want to go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber and take a look at the first half stats from the boys game. Again, the Dutch lead by 4. Luke Hardman with 8 points, 6 points each for Trey Van Houen and Braden Trado, 5 for Luke Keiches, 2 apiece for Tyson Barnes and Cam Schulte. For Fairfield, 6 points each for Riley Perkins, Max Wheaton, Tate Allen, and then 5 for Sam Wheaton and 2 for J.J. Lane. Pella is out-rebounded Fairfield 21-16. Hardman and Hugan have 4 each for Pella. Max Wheaton has 5 for Fairfield. Pella winning the turnover battle just 6-2. 2 Dutch turnovers, 6 for Fairfield. And again, our score 29-25 Pella. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. It's our continuing coverage of Pella High girls basketball as we're joined now after a 79-27 Dutch victory on Tuesday night by Haley Van Vark. Haley had a big night, 9 points, 7 rebounds. As the Dutch score their most points in nearly 6 years, a terrific performance. Haley, congratulations on the victory. Everything seemed to be going well. What did you guys think about this one tonight?
Yeah, we really liked the effort that we put into it and all the pressure that we were putting on them tonight. I think that comes directly from our practice yesterday. We had a really good practice, and we didn't have the scout boys there, but we still were able to get it going ourselves, and that transferred onto the court tonight.
Yeah, turnovers, you forced 31 turnovers. I've got 13 of them in the first quarter, so it was like right out of the gate. In fact, I think you scored like 15 seconds in and then full court press right on and a turnover, and it's just a snowball effect kind of right out of the gate. Obviously that was the game plan and worked to perfection.
Yeah.
You mentioned last night. Is that something that you're really focused on, though, in terms of picking up the intensity and the pressure as part of your overall strategy?
Oh, yeah. Definitely focusing on the practice before, but also those first 4 minutes. We really transfer that into the court playing and practice, too. And we really always try to say to each other, those first 4 minutes are what we're going to start out in the game, and that's what's going to go through the rest of the night. So just making those first 4 minutes the most important and putting the most effort in is going to transfer through the whole game.
Well, again, you had a great night, 9 points, 7 rebounds, and it seemed one of the other points of emphasis seemed to be to get the ball inside. Mia scored 20, you scored 9, Eliza had 6. I mean, a lot of the points that were scored tonight were in close. Was that just a product of the way the game was going, or is that something that you guys really focused on?
Yeah, I think tonight it was definitely a product of how the game was going, but also I think in practice yesterday, saying it again, we were focusing on just seeing those open looks inside, because previous games there's been a lot of open looks, but we haven't executed them the best we could. So I think tonight, even with our passes just being the split second faster to get that in, really made our game what it was.
I know that Brian specifically commented on your post moves. There was a few times tonight you did a great job of getting your defender sealed, and then you kind of drop step and then a little underhand flip shot. Clearly that's something you've been working on. Talk about the ability to kind of bring it into the game and show that off tonight.
Oh yeah, I definitely practice a lot of different post moves in practice, and those transfer to the game. It's kind of whatever I'm feeling, whatever they're around. I have a lot in my head, and it's kind of just whatever shows up. So that seemed to be working for me tonight.
As a team, you got off to a bit of a slow start shooting the three-pointer. I know Friday against Grinnell, that kind of lingered throughout the game, and maybe it was one of the detriments. Tonight, that eventually got going. As a team, you started knocking them down. That's a mindset, right? Just if we're open, we're going to keep shooting?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that's fun, too, right?
Yeah.
Making those kind of shots?
Yeah. Gets the energy going and the confidence up.
I thought another huge key tonight as a team, only 8 turnovers yourself. I mentioned the 31 that you forced, but you only gave 8 back. That's something you guys have been working on as well. Very, careful with the basketball tonight. How important is that? What's Coach preaching to you guys?
That was very important, and that's a step up from where we've been at. We've been doing a lot of turnovers and stuff, so this game, it was very important to us to get as less as the amount of that as we can. So it was very cool to see it happen on the court, and just him being like, take care of the basketball is something that he says all the time, and I think that really focused in on us tonight.
You guys lost a lot of key players from last year's team, several seniors, a lot of the starting lineup, and many of you played last year, but now going from complementary roles to kind of the players on this year's team. How do you feel, you're 6 games in now, how do you feel that that's coming together, and how is this group gelling together?
Yeah, I think that through all the games, we've been working well together, and I think it's just step by step, getting to know everybody as a whole, and us seniors being leaders and never really been in that position before. It's been a learning curve for everybody. I think tonight shows that we're able to work together and have that leadership and be able to implement everything we've been working on the floor.
Do you personally relish that role? Is that something you're comfortable in, or having to learn how to do that? Or is that natural for you?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a natural leadership thing for me, just being in I used to play softball, so something leadership, but also AAU basketball. Very crucial roles in the AAU, so leadership has always been something that's came kind of easy to me, but also learning it in the way as a senior as well.
79-27 is the final score. You'll get back into Little Hawkeye Conference play, heading to Newton on Friday night. I'm sure Coach will roll out the scout tomorrow, and you'll get a chance to get into that. But important, you're 1-1 in the conference. I'm sure it'd be nice to go into the holiday break above 500 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. What do you think about going and playing Newton on Friday?
Oh yeah, we're definitely really excited, and we'll just take these couple days of practice to get ready, and we'll have the scout team come in on Thursday and help us to prepare, and giving them all their roles, and just watching the film and just being ready for what they're going to throw at us, but also getting shots up in practice and practicing what we're good at too.
Congratulations on a great performance individually. More importantly, as a team, great win tonight, Haley. Thanks for coming up and joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Haley Van Vark of the Pella High girls basketball team. 9 points, 7 rebounds for Haley, and a 79-27 victory for the Pella High girls over Fairfield on Tuesday night. I'm going to bring back in Brian Vandeloon here and give a chance for our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. And Brian, more importantly, if you could just fill a little airtime for me and our listeners while we get things squared away, getting ready for our second half.
Oh, do you want me to talk about anything?
Whatever you want. Maybe more importantly, our second half adjustments.
Well, let's talk about adjustments. The Dutch are going to have to do some things a little bit better. Basics. Free throws. I mean, yeah, that sounds like something you can, all right, let's just go make more free throws. That sounds like it, but they just need to continue to be aggressive so that they continue to have those opportunities, I guess is what I'm going with. I loved our defense. I felt like we handled the ball. We had very few turnovers. I think you've talked about that already. Two. So, you know, from where we have been in previous games, that is a huge improvement. So not really an adjustment as much as it is continue to concentrate on that, because again, in a tight ball game like this one, every possession, that's always a coaching thing to say, but in tight ball games, it truly is free throws and making every possession count.
And those are second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. One of the quickest ways to adjust the look of your home is with a new garage door from the Gurus.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that wraps up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see my man Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. 29-25, Pella leads by 4. Trevor Castle, Brian Vandaloon settling back into the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Great job out of Haley Van Vark during our halftime interview. Well spoken. Enjoyed that chat here on KRLS and the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. Now the Trojans have the ball, right baseline, moving from left to right towards the snack bar.
Man-to-man defense.
Little jumper from Wheaton from just behind the free throw line starts the scoring, and we have a whistle and a foul on the floor that will give the ball back to Fairfield. Hugan battling for position on the rebound, so that'll go as a Pella turnover without ever even touching the ball, Brian.
Make a mental note of that as not a great way to start the second. We'll see if we can bounce back from that mentally.
So Fairfield gets a chance at a 4 or maybe 5 point possession to tie or take the lead. Although it's knocked away, loose on the floor, and who's it out on?
Yep.
Last touch by Pella. Fairfield did touch it, but they didn't touch it until it was on the baseline. So that was the right call, out off of Pella, down 2. The Trojans have the ball on the H of Dutch.
Interesting. Fairfield really does a lot with the mid-range game. They've hit some threes, but they do a lot of 15 to 17 foot shots. It's kind of an old school idea.
Now lean in by Wheaton, shot no good. Hardman clears the rebound for Pella. That's his 5th. Judge with a 21-16 edge on the glass in the first half. Wide open, nobody covering. Luke Kaichis, and I'm not sure he'll ever score an easier 2 points.
Nice job of Van Houen by recognizing it. It's almost, are you really that open? Are you really, seriously, you're that open?
31-27, Pella reclaims its 4-point halftime lead. Now Wheaton fighting inside and draws contact.
He plays
Wheaton's not a big guy, but he's bigger than anybody we've got on the floor, and he was willing to fight inside there. Draws the foul on Kaichis.
He kind of has the same mentality as Hardman.
Sure, good comparison.
Just I'm going to get in the lane. I'm determined to try to make something, whether that's a foul or score out of this.
First free throw rattles in. Fairfield 4 of 8 now at the free throw line. Pella 4 of 9. And in what's a 3-point-1 possession game, you are kind of starting to get the idea that every point's going to matter here, Brian.
At this point, it sure looks like it.
Second free throw, no good. Kaichis grabs the rebound, and then he is fouled by Ryan Higgins. That's his second.
That's the second foul that young man's had on a free throw miss opportunity. So a couple of fouls that are a little cheaper in nature.
Couple of Straver Cellular Instant Radio updates. End of the first quarter, Knoxville 10, Sheraton 7. End of the third quarter, Norwalk 48, Lewis Central 28. Now 3 for Schulte, left corner, no. Kaichis had his hand on the rebound, and it's knocked out by Higgins. It'll be Pella ball on the team rebound.
Did a nice job of penetration. Crossing cross-court pass to the corner, the wide open shot, but couldn't quite connect.
Pella with the ball in the left corner, lob inside of the paint, fighting up, whistle, foul, and 1! Luke Hardman doing what Luke Hardman does.
Muscled that one through. That was pure determination, and just he stayed with it. Nice job. Very nice set play, too, to get him cutting across the lane, getting a screen for him. Found him open right there on the block, or what used to be the block, and he did a nice job finishing.
And he makes the free throw after the second foul on Sam Wheaton, and Pella's lead is to 6, 34-28.
1-2-2 full court, and then they drop man-to-man.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella did have a 10-point lead at one point in the second quarter. Fairfield got it down to as little as 2 here in the third quarter. Right now it's 6, 34-28 Pella. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
Now a drive by Wheaton. Misses the shot, fighting for his own offensive rebound. Van Howen saved it off of Lane, out of bounds to Pella.
He actually came in bounds, but he came from out of bounds, and he hadn't reestablished yet. So,
well, that was a nice job by Van Howen, realizing he could not get the ball, but just tip it off the other guy.
Yep. Good heads-up play.
Kaichis now into the baseline. Hardman fighting left hand, shot no good. Luke tried to get his own rebound, but he was out of bounds. So Fairfield on the team rebound.
The Dutch running a lot of that baseline or block-to-block screens down low to try to get Hardman some shots, and it got a three-point opportunity last time, and this time we got a good shot. We just didn't convert.
Champion seed game reset. 5:41 to go here in the third quarter. Pella 34, Fairfield 28. Possession arrow is with Pella. Both teams have 2 fouls, and that's a champion seed game reset. And as I started in on that, Pella picks up their 3rd foul, which is a Luke Hardman kind of freebie near half court, his 2nd. Fairfield ball with Lane, hands it off to Perkins. Driving around Van Howen, backdoor cut, double team is there. Weak side pass, Wheaton looking, fires it back out to Lane at half court. Really nice defense.
Yeah, didn't leave their feet, straight up.
Now a drive on Schulte, lean in by Wheaton, shot no good, and Cam grabs the rebound and then gets a foul. Brian, there have been a lot of fouls on this game on rebound opportunities. And, you know, there's aggressiveness, and then sometimes you just got to realize you're boxed out, and you just got to let the play go.
Especially come second half, you have to realize, okay, this particular crew is obviously calling it that way.
And for Wheaton, that's Sam Wheaton. That's his 3rd foul. Both teams have 3. Van Howen to Hardman in the right corner in front of the Pella bench. Drives, gets in the lane, puts it up with the left hand. No shot, or the shot no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Schulte, saved by Pella, foul by Perkins on Fairfield.
Can you say it's going to come down to free throws at this rate?
I mean, this is, I don't know, I don't want to say this is ugly, but it's just,
it's kind of ugly.
It's just kind of tough man basketball right now.
Yeah, it's.
Final score, Strawber Cellular Instant Radio Update. Norwalk 67, Lewis Central 40. And we have another whistle and another foul on J.J. Lane this time. It's his 2nd. And just like in the first quarter, Fairfield has picked up 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, they're ultra aggressive. They're not really playing the way the refs are calling it or adjusting their play accordingly.
Pella 34, Fairfield 28. Dutch have it. Here's a 3 by Van Howen. Short, no good. Rebounded by Roman. So a second chance opportunity for the Dutch. Van Howen for 3 again. Boom! Trey Van Howen's got 9. And Pella's lead is 9, 37-28 on a Vision for Less timeout. Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout, visit Vision for Less in Pella, and get back in the game.
That's one of those where I'm going to make a mental note if that might be a play of the game where he missed one, went around to the other side of the floor on an offensive rebound by Ramon, and then just fired it again and made it so we're up by 9. So that could be a turning point.
And, you know, you're in that, 6-point lead.
Yep.
You miss it, and they go down and score, and it's 3 or 4, but you get that, and now it's 9. I mean, that's a big swing.
Yep, so we'll make a mental note to see if that plays out like we hope it does.
37-28 Pella coming out of the Vision for Less timeout.
But so far, Fairfield's done a nice job of battling back. Every time they've fallen behind by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, they've been able to work their way and claw their way back in.
Pella, a little 1-2-2 pressure coming out of the Fairfield Vision for Less timeout. Perkins to Lane. Back to Perkins into the front court. Left-hand dribble in front of the Trojan bench. Uh-oh, Hardman went down, and it leads to a charge. Thought we might get a layup opportunity for Fairfield, but a charge is called on Lane, and far more importantly, though, it's Luke Hardman is down. And you may remember, Brian, We saw he didn't go down in the first half, but he tweaked something earlier, and this is a non-contact left
ankle, maybe
knee. Worst case scenario. I'm definitely afraid that's a left knee. I mean, I hate. I'll make the comparison, but the thing you're seeing so often nowadays, like Kyler Murray of the Cardinals in last night's Monday night game, non-contact, one of the first plays of the game, torn ACL he's done for a year. I mean, that stuff can happen. And Luke, we saw him tweak something earlier, and here with nobody else around, he just went down.
Well, we'll see. This is one of those first gut check mental challenges for the Dutch.
Here's Roman on a drive. No, Cam there for the stick back. No, Roman, no. Rebound, Schulte. Tie up, Arrow Pella. I mean, Pella is getting numerous second and third and sometimes fourth chances. And obviously, if you're getting second and third and fourth, you're not making the second and third, right? I mean,
you're Moses Malone. You're leading the league in offensive rebounding, but there's a reason you couldn't shoot from 2 feet. But right now, the Dutch are struggling with those putbacks.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. Sheraton 34, Fairfield 28, and the nice was Trey Van Houen coming loose in the lane. The as he couldn't hang on, and it goes out of bounds.
So close to a really pretty backdoor cut and pass.
Schulte nearly gets a steal. Lane keeps it. Fairfield into the front court with Max Wheaton. It's 37-28 Pella with 3:44 to go here in the third quarter.
Guy just doing a nice job of reaching around and batting it away from the post-up player without fouling.
Tonight's video presentation on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel is being presented by Infinity Physical Therapy as Cooper Polanski nails a three for Fairfield. Kaichis on the other end for Pella. Out to Van Houen, drives left baseline, kick to Kaichis, bobbled it, picks it up, gets it to Van Houen, fires a three, air ball, rebound Fairfield. Tate Allen has it as the Trojans have cut Pella's lead to 6. It does look like they're looking at the left ankle of Luke Hartman. That's probably better than a knee, especially on a non-contact situation. And here's Wheaton on a layup, uncontested for 2. 5 in the quarter, and Pella's lead is down to 4, 37-33. Roman Hugen still looking for his first point tonight. Has it on the right wing, gives it off to Trado. Back to Roman, left side Van Houen. Now Kaichis. Van Houen out to Hugen. Hugen with a left-hand dribble to the free throw line. Nice back cut to Kaichis. He lost the handle and out of bounds.
A little bit low on the pass. Didn't quite bounce up like he wanted it to. Timeout Dutch, it looks like.
Vision for less timeout for Pella. That gives us a chance to take a look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Girls scores all final. Pella beat Fairfield 79-27. Knoxville over Sheraton 43-39. Lewis Central beat Norwalk 57-38. PCM over Perry 43-31. And Ogden beat Pleasantville 54-49. In the boys games, Norwalk defeated Lewis Central 67-40. Sheraton leads Knoxville at the half 34-28. And our score is 37-33 Pella, middle stages, third quarter on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard.
Well, a nice timeout that time by Pella's coach. They had kind of lost their momentum. They've kind of lost a little bit of focus with Hardman going down, and so now they're trying to regather, recenter themselves, and try to pull out of this a little bit. Full court man-to-man now rather than the 1-2-2.
Again, Luke Hardman went off with a non-contact injury to his left ankle, and Fairfield throws it away. An unforced turnover by the Trojans. 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go, third quarter.
I was just going to say, if we didn't have live stream, I was going to say it was an extremely tough man-to-man defense that forced that. But
yeah, you could get away with that back in the day.
We can't fudge quite like we used to 5 years ago.
37-33, Dutch by 4. Trado in the half-court circle with the ball. Left side, Trey Van Houen. Drives to the free throw line, kicks it out to Hugen. Roman, right-hand dribble, gets inside, spin move, fall-away shot, rattles off, no good. And then a push foul is called on Tyson Barnes, trying for a weak side rebound.
Yeah, we're back to that foul on a rebound deal. They are really watching it. We thought it might be a game in the 40s or 50s, and we're going to be real close to that. I thought there for a while in the second quarter we were going to really have an offensive surge, but it's slowed considerably.
Well, Derek Schulte has said numerous times this year this team needs to win with defense. We hope the offense will come as the year goes along, but if we're going to win games early, it's going to be with defense. And there's an offensive foul. Is that Wheaton with the off arm on the extension, the push-off, and for Max Wheaton, that's his third foul and Fairfield's 9th turnover.
Probably the correct call, actually. Let's see if we can get us a good shot here, Trevor. Running a set play, nice slip.
Tried a little screen and roll with Schulte, lost the ball, and then another foul on Barnes, and that was an easy one. He just grabbed the arm of Noah McNamara, who had stolen it away.
Yeah, they are not letting a normal level of aggressive play happen here tonight.
Andrew Schneider back in our video review center. He says that Luke Hardman, he did roll his ankle pretty bad. It kind of got stuck in a weird position as he fell to the floor after he rolled it.
Okay.
And now a foul on Cam Schulte, and these fouls are just mounting. That's 6 on Pella. We have 1:36 to go in the third quarter, and both teams are already into the single bonus. Rowe in, Van Howen out for Pella.
Well, so then you think through that. You say, let's stay aggressive. Let's take advantage of that. Then go to the line and stick them in. And, you know, you just have to play.
There's
there we
another,
go.
that was aggressive defense, but it's Roman picking up his second foul, and it means free throws on the other end for Tate Allen, with Pella leading 37-33 in 1:35 to go here in the third.
Seems like a fairly typical, not pretty to watch early season game, but you're kind of figuring some things out. There's
first free throw, no good, and then a foul on the rebound on McNamara. So that'll take us to the other end for Cam Schulte in free throws. I mean, it's every single missed free throw rebound, there's a foul being called on the other team. Every one of them. Just stop doing it, guys.
I would say let's just pull back and leave well enough alone, right?
I mean, it's kind of becoming the definition of insanity, right? I mean, over and over and over, and it's the same thing.
To the boys' defense, they're thinking, well, I'm trying to make something happen for my team, you know, and trying to stay aggressive. But
and unfortunately, Schulte misses the free throw rebound. Fairfield, three-pointer on the other end, no good. And then Cam skies to grab his 7th board. 37-33 Pella, 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Cameron Rowe drives inside, double team, stops,
there
pops,
we go.
scores.
Good control.
13-footer, a little mid-range J. Cameron Rowe's first bucket. And a steal for Pella. 10th Fairfield turnover. Rowe, right wing, 3. Short, no good. Rebounded by Trado for a second chance opportunity. Now Schulte has it at the top of the key. Right side for Trado. He'll back it out near the half-court line at the top of the windmill. 49 seconds to go. Pella could go for a 2-for-1 here. Hugen, not sure how much they work on those at this juncture. Shot clock brand new, doesn't appear much. Hugen on a drive, offensive foul. He pushes off on Allen. Not been a good offensive night for Roman. He hasn't scored, and that's his second offensive foul.
I will say this, the referees, we may not like the way they're calling it, but they are consistent, and that's what you do ask. They are consistent, and neither team is really adjusting to that style of what they're calling.
39-33 Pella. 37 seconds remaining, third quarter. Wheaton into the front court for the Trojans. Left-hand dribble, stops in front of his own bench, fires it back out to J.J. Lane. Left-hand dribble at the half-court line. Back to Wheaton. They'll basically are holding for one final shot. There's a 2-second difference. 6-point Pella lead. Dutch led by 5 at the end of the first, 4 at halftime, 6 here at the end of the third. Drive by Lane, gets inside, puts up a floater, doesn't get the bounce, rebounded by Van Howen. Pella's got 5 seconds to go. Van Howen leaves it for a layup, and it's good! Tyson Barnes at the end of the third quarter, and Pella has a 41-33 lead. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this on KRLS.
At Delivery.com, we work with more than a dozen Pella restaurants to bring hot and fresh food right to you at your home or business for lunch and dinner. Unlike the competition, when we're open for orders, we have drivers staffed ready to deliver, which is how we operate a 95% on-time rate. And for a limited time, our delivery fee is only $3.99. So when life gets busy or you just don't want to cook, check out Delivery.com and see all the great local Pella restaurants that are available for delivery today. That's Delivery.com.
'Tis the season for connection, and U.S. Cellular is celebrating by offering any phone free for everyone, any brand, any storage, for new and current customers. Plus, our price protection guarantee means that your rates won't go up. That's locally grown connection. Limited time offer, terms apply. Visit us in-store or online for details on getting any phone free today.
Come check out America's locally grown wireless at U.S. Cellular. Visit Strawber Cellular, a U.S. Cellular authorized agent located at 826 Main Street in Pella.
Pella 41, Fairfield 33, back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. All things told, Brian, pretty good third quarter. Dutch lead by 8.
Yeah, I mean, we expanded our lead just a little bit, I believe, and survived some traumatic moments for the team, and we'll see how we come out of this. We're in the lead. We can't beat that. I love playing from ahead.
Boy, one area that Pella has completely dominated is on the glass. It is a 35-20 edge for Pella in rebounding.
Yeah.
Fairfield has the ball to start this quarter, and they get a bucket right out of the gate. That's Wheaton with 13.
He does a nice job of getting it in deep, and then we're just kind of helpless to try to finish things because more than likely a foul will be called. So that was smart to at least back off at that point. You got beat.
Now it's Pella with it with Rowe. Left-hand dribble, gives it to Kaichis. He'll fire a three. Wheaton left him some range. He misses the shot. Long rebound out to Trado. Now Rowe drives around, gets inside, goes up off the window. Tough angle. Shot no good. Rebounded by Wheaton on the baseline.
Yep, tried to adjust his body in midair and couldn't quite complete it.
And now Wheaton gets inside, scoop shot in for 2, and Max Wheaton a game-high 15 points and a game-high 7 rebounds. And Fairfield, just like that's within 4 at 41-37.
Kind of been the way this game's gone.
Yep.
Pella up by 7, 8, 9. Fairfield comes back to bring it to then 4-3.
Pella's had the lead since the mid to late stages of the first quarter, as large as 10, as close as 2. Right now it's 4. Kaichis trying to make it 6, cannot. Gets his own rebound, and he'll get it go to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. I don't think that, they'll say foul on the floor on the Kaichis rebound. And Pella 5 of 11 at the free throw line, not good, but neither has been Fairfield. They're just 4 of 10. Each team has missed 6 freebies.
Luke kind of fell awkwardly, so he's got a moment here to kind of gather himself.
I don't think we're going to see Luke Hardman again tonight. He is back off the team bench and onto the front row of the bleachers behind the bench with his leg up. Kaichis makes the front end of the 1-and-1. He's got 8.
He seems to be the guy that I would like at the line for the Dutch here this fourth quarter. I like him having the ball in his hands because if he gets fouled, he seems pretty steady at the line.
As a team, Pella, 77% free throw shooting team.
That's going to drop.
That's good. 7 of 13 tonight. Although I expect they're going to get a lot of chances here in the fourth quarter, Brian.
True statement.
43-37 Dutch. 6:30 to go in the game. Pella looking for a doubleheader sweep after the girls blew out the Trojans 79-27 earlier tonight, scoring their most points in nearly 6 years. Here's Wheaton, drives and kicks. Back out, controlled by Perkins. He's being hounded by Van Houen. Gets it to Max Wheaton inside, working on Schulte. Leans in, banks in, and scores. Well, Fairfield's going to come back and win this game. It appears that it's going to run through number 11 in the paint.
He's going to pretty well touch the ball every time down.
43-39. Van Houen catch and shoot. 3. Boom! On the dribble, handoff from Trado. Van Houen buries his 12th point of the night.
Nice job, no hesitation, just rose up and shot it.
46-39 Pella. And it's out of bounds. Turnover Fairfield. It was forced by Colin Kearns.
Yeah, let's see if we can run about 3 or 4 defensive possessions without fouling and see what happens.
46-39. Pella leads by 7. It's Schulte. Hands it off to Van Houen. Inside to Kaichis. Double teamed. Puts it up. No good, but he's going to the line.
See, that's what they're looking for. They know Luke can catch the ball. They know he's strong enough to get a shot up, and in the way the refs are calling it, they're just playing right into the way the refs are calling it, and hopefully he can go nail another couple for us.
Well, tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal as Kaichis shoots his first free throw and misses is just the, how does this team come together without Luke Hartman on the floor? I mean, we know that Luke's one of the leaders on this team. He's a 3-year varsity contributor. Kaichis misses both, and they got to pick themselves up without number 3 for the rest of this game, Brian.
Somebody's going to have to step up, and that's the case with any team. We talked about that a lot last year, and every year it's like, who's going to be that leader?
Fairfield, nice ball movement, gets Wheaton inside, shot no good. They wanted a foul, not called. Schulte grabs the rebound. Tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal for branding, print, web, video, or interactive. Call Brand Appeal, relentless for you. The Fairfield defense, a little relentless with their chirping as we get a technical foul called on the Trojans.
Number 14.
That's Tate Allen.
He was probably about the least guilty of anybody. The Trojan bench was pretty vocal, but.
And we get a vision for less, full timeout by Pella. Coach Derek Schulte wants to just settle things down a bit. We'll take it as well, come back for technical free throws. Pella leads 46-39 here in the fourth quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Vision for Less has delivered free same-day speed for over 30 years because our local lens labs are full of experienced and passionate lab techs, not to mention advanced equipment needed for the job. Simply put, your glasses can be ready the same day at no additional cost to you. On top of that, nobody beats our everyday low prices. Get 2 pairs single vision starting under $40 or 2 pairs of progressive starting under $80. Your time is valuable and quality comes faster than you think when you shop at Vision for Less.
Back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, it's Trey Van Houen shooting the 2 technical free throws on Fairfield. The first one is good. He's got one more coming, right to left, hands up out of the student section, bend at the knees, swishes them both. Well, Fairfield thought that they should have had a foul called on Pella on the other end on a Max Wheaton shot. It was not called. And then Tate Allen doing a little John on the other end gets called for a technical foul. So 2 free points as Van Houen makes the free throws, and the Dutch have the ball up 48-39. Here's a wide open Trado 3, rims out no good. Current fighting for the rebound. It's off of Fairfield. Pella ball up 9.
Nice job battling. Nice job not fouling.
Dutch will throw it in from in front of the Cameron Crazies. Into the backcourt for Trado. Hot pink shoes for Braden. It's like Trado and J.J. Lane could have a gender reveal party, Brian. Kaichis offensive foul inside. Trado's wearing the hot pink, and Lane of Fairfield wearing the baby blues. Pella fans did not like the Kaichis offensive foul, which is Pella's 8th turnover of the game. 48-39 Dutch. 4:48 to go. Fourth quarter action here on KRLS and the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. Wheaton fakes the handoff, goes into the corner, controlled by Sam Wheaton. Drives in on Kaichis. Nice defense by Luke. Up to the top of the key for Perkins, being hounded by Kurnt. Wheaton left wide open. They are daring him to shoot. He won't do it. He's looking. Shot clock down to 9. Into the corner, Sam Wheaton. Shot clock down to 6. Drives into the paint, puts up a runner and scores. They take 30 seconds on the possession and cut Pella's lead to 7, 48-41.
As apprehensive as he looked real strong on that finish, so interesting.
Well, and hey, understand your strengths. If you're not a three-point shooter, just because you're open, you don't shoot. Van Houen has it for Pella. 48-41 Dutch, 3:55 to go in the game. Drives, leaves. Schulte misses the bunny. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Bank shot, no. Kaichis looking for the rebound and gets it for the Dutch and then has it taken away. Fairfield with Wheaton, leans in, passes it off. Offensive foul, Sam Wheaton. Check that in. Yeah, it is Wheaton. Yep. And I believe he's gone. That is the 5th foul on Sam Wheaton. Okay. He fouls out with 7 points and a rebound. Well, one problem, it's becoming a problem. Pella is missing way too many shots in close.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just concentration because they're afraid they're going to get a charging call or they're taking their eye off looking for defenders to come. I mean, it's probably a combination. I played enough basketball to know that sometimes it's just in your head.
Sure.
You know, it's a combination of a lot of different things. It's worrying about how the refs are calling it. You don't want to pick up a charge. You don't focus on the basket. But you're right. The bottom line is they're missing.
What a behind-the-back dribble by Schulte. Gives it to Barnes, and the reverse layup is good. Tonight's drive to the basket presented by Pingle's Home Store on a ridiculous move in the lane by Cam Schulte. And now Fairfield on the other end with Wheaton fighting through a double team, and he gets it to go. 8 in the quarter, 19 in the game.
Yeah, you can see without Hardman's toughness inside, our interior defense is a little bit lacking.
Now Roman gets blocked and rebounded by Wheaton. Coming the other way, Pella up by 7. Fairfield with the ball, 50-43. 2:44 to go in the game. Baseline drive by Lane, and he's fouled by Trey Van Houen. So 2 shots coming. We're in the double bonus, both teams the rest of the way. Brian, let's go back to that drive to the basket. Yeah. So as Schulte started his drive, J.J. Lane was going to try to cut him off and steal it. Schulte recognized it, went behind his back with the dribble. Barnes' defender came up to try to double. Schulte dropped it down, Barnes the layup. I mean, a terrific play by both Pella players. Tonight's drive to the basket presented by Pingle's Home Store. Drive on over to Pingle's Home Store on the northwest corner of the square in Pella and find out how you can score with a variety of furniture, flooring, and more. Lane made the first. Second free throw coming. No good. Rebound Pella.
We just can't quite break free of that 6 to 8 point lead.
50-44. Pella up by a half dozen. 2:32 to go in the game. Kaichis, Van Houen, left corner, catch and shoot, too strong. Rebound, batted around, controlled by Schulte. May have been over the back by Trado, not called. And Schulte wants him to space it. 2:18 to go, shot clock at 25. Van Houen dribbling in front of the Pella scorer's bench. Now in the half-court circle for Trey, right side Trado, left-hand dribble. Being guarded by Lane. High post, Kaichis wasn't expecting it, but he gathers control. Left-hand dribble by Luke. Shot clock down to 8. Drives in on Wheaton. Puts up a tough shot. No good. No, it did not hit the iron. It's back out. Pella got the rebound. 1 to shoot. Van Houen lets it fly. It's an air ball, and it'll be Fairfield ball on a shot clock violation. A turnover by Pella.
Well, there you go. Did a couple of nice things there. Just couldn't quite finish again.
50-44, Pella leads by 6.
Just play good, solid defense. Do what you can without fouling. Make them run another 30 seconds off the clock. If they score, we're still up.
Nearing the 90-second mark of this game. Here's a drive by Wheaton. Kicks it out. McNamara for 3. That's no... Oh, it is good! Wow, I thought that had already popped off. A ridiculous roll for McNamara, and the lead is cut in half to 50-47. I feel like I'm seeing things.
Yeah.
Now Trado on the drive and a timeout, a vision for less timeout called by Derek Schulte, and the Dutch. Gives us a chance to talk about Delivery.com, the restaurant delivery service in Pella, a new local partner in Viet Thai. Other local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Dutch Fix, and more. They'll bring fresh food right to your home or business for lunch or dinner. And our fan of the game is Ashley Fox. She's won a $10 gift certificate towards her next order. Congratulations, Ashley. Folks, try delivery.com this week, then listen to our next broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by delivery.com. 50-47. Pella has a 3-point lead under 2 minutes to go. Buckle up.
It's a Tuesday night. And here we are. What a fun basketball game.
This is a good one. Yep.
It's not perfect basketball, but it's still fun. It's entertaining. I think it's going to be good for both of these teams early in the season. I mean, Pella's going to, quite frankly, be in a lot of these kind of games.
Yeah.
They're not going to blow people out. They don't have the offensive firepower at this point to just deluge of three-pointers and be up by 30.
And they're going to be right here, right?
Yeah.
Like in the mid-50s. Maybe the winner gets to 60. I mean, it's this type of game. We're going to see a lot this year for the green and white.
Have to learn how to play defense without fouling. You have to learn how to hit clutch free throws. You have to learn who your money players are when you need a bucket, what plays to run when you need a bucket. All those little things that win you championships, whether that's conference championships or even farther. This is a good kind of a ball game for early December.
Out of the vision for last time out. Pella with the ball. It's inbounded to Trado near half court. 1:09 to go, 18 seconds to shoot. Fourth quarter, Pella 50 and Fairfield 47. Hugan has it at half court, still looking for his first point of the game. Right-hand dribble between the rings, down to 5 to shoot. 55 seconds to go. Hugan, left wing, drives, tough shot. Roman, no good. And it's rebounded by Lane. 45 seconds to go in the game. Lane into the corner, controlled by Allen now. Step back, screen from Wheaton, Kaichis on him, and a whistle and a vision for last time out by Fairfield. We do have a Strawber Cellular Instant Radio update. It's Sheraton 46, Knoxville 43, and that is at the end of the third quarter. Our score under a minute to go. Pella 50, Fairfield 47. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. After kind of a back and forth middle of the first quarter, the Dutch took the lead for good, 18-13 at the end of the first quarter. They led 29-25 at the half. 41-33 at the end of the third. Right now it's 50-47. The lead has been as large as 10. It's been as narrow as 2. Right now it's 3. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
All right, vision for last time out, Brian. If you're Fairfield, you've had a lot of success with Max Wheaton. He's got 19 points, including 8 in this quarter on 4 post baskets. Are you worried about trying to get a three-pointer here, or are you okay going to Wheaton and trying to get 2, make it a 1-point game?
I'm going to Wheaton. I'm going to what I think, and you might get a 3-point play out of the traditional old-school 3. I think, again, and you foul early if you need to, but I think you got plenty of time here to have a couple of possessions. I would go with what I know has been working, and that certainly has been working this fourth quarter.
34 seconds to go. Under 20 on the shot clock. Pella leads 50-47. Fairfield ball left to right. Here's Wheaton driving and kicking. McNamara for the tie is short. Pops up. Weak side rebounded by Current. Shot clock is off with 15 seconds, and Wheaton gives the foul. It's his 4th.
How big is that? Current, a youngster into the ballgame for a critical time, so some critical playing time for the young guys.
Well, it's Trey Van Howen at the free throw line. He has made all 3 of his free throws tonight.
There we go. Back off. We don't need you there, Cam. We'd rather.
As a team, Pella is 9 of 17. This is a double bonus situation. Van Howen, first free throw, rattles in. Big stick, 4-point game.
That's big. That's huge. Do we have any timeouts left? Can you tell?
I cannot.
I can't see it either. Sorry.
Second free throw, good. All right, 5-point game. Fairfield has to hurry. They launch a three. It's short, no good. Current got his hand on the rebound, chucks it ahead. Picked up, though, by Fairfield on a turnover. And here come the Trojans. Shot no good. Rebound by Wheaton. He gets a bucket at the buzzer, but it's too little, too late. Final score, Pella 52, Fairfield 49. The Dutch sweep the Trojans here on KRLS. Take a time out. We'll come back. We'll have our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
Hi, this is Ann from Hearthstone, a ministry of Wesley Life. At the Cottages, one of our 3 campuses here in Pella, team members know one another, care about one another, and work together to create great experiences for our residents every day. And when you work with us, you'll be given a voice to share your expertise, plus competitive compensation, great benefits, flexibility, and more. And right now, we're offering a $5,000 hiring bonus with first payment before Christmas. Let's talk soon. Call me at 620-4162.
Welcome inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We are live on 92.1 KRLS. Final score, Pella 52, Fairfield 49. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Brian, it was well, it certainly wasn't pretty. We could probably classify it as ugly, but the Dutch come out on top, 52-49.
Most importantly, teams that develop character, they can win the ugly ones. They figure out ways to win, and Pella did just that.
3-point game. It was in single digits in Pella's favor basically the entire game, and it ends. Doesn't matter what happens at the 12-minute mark or the 14-minute mark or the 23. It matters what happens at the 32-minute mark, and Pella holds on for a 3-point win, 52-49.
Yeah, good one. Like I said, one of those where you learn a lot about yourself and about who you can count on and who your guys are and what your plays are, and just things that moving forward, because they are going to be in a bunch of these, I would suspect.
Let's take a look at our McCall Monument Radio Monumental Play and Player of the Game. And let's start with our play of the game. And, you talked about it, the youngster Colin Current. It's a 3-point game. Fairfield has the ball. They get a 3-point look to tie from Noah McNamara, who had just made a 3-pointer on one of Fairfield's previous possessions. He misses the shot, but Colin goes up. He battles inside, comes away with the rebound, able to get it to Trey Van Howen, who makes the free throws, and that basically sealed the game with about 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, I kept thinking every few minutes, starting in the second quarter, you're thinking, okay, maybe that's going to be the play of the game. Right. Or maybe there were several of those, and then just to Fairfield's credit, they kept coming back. Maybe it was the technical foul that we kind of changed the momentum. Maybe it was, and they didn't get the foul call they thought it was. But, yeah, I like the idea that Coach Schulte trusted his young guys. He knew what he had. His defensive specialist had them in the ball game, and, they did a good job of defense, and they didn't give him another shot at it. So credit to Coach Schulte and to the rest of the guys to finish it.
And our player of the game is Trey Van Howen, not just because he led the team with 16 points, 1 of 2 in double figures, but because of the free throws. If you take out Trey, who went 5 for 5 at the free throw line, Pella was 6 of 14. But Trey made all 5 of his, including the 2 technical free throws that you mentioned and the 2 dagger free throws at the end of the game. So when it mattered, Trey was ice.
Well, and another play that was in my category of contenders for play of the game was where he had missed a 3, ran around to the other side without hesitation on an offensive rebound, got the pass, fired it right back up, and made a 3. So, again, showing some great senior leadership, some confidence. Those are how you become player of the game, when you step up when your team needs you.
And that's our McCall Monument Monumental Radio Play and Player of the Game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own memorial, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer at McCall Monument on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. All right, let's take a look at tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. We mentioned Van Howen was 16. Luke Hardman, who left injured in the third quarter, scored 11. 9 points for Luke Kaichis, 6 each for Braden Trado and Tyson Barnes, and 2 each for Cam Schulte and Cameron Rowe. go for Fairfield. 21 points for Max Wheaton. He averages 19. You can see why. He was their only double-digit scorer. Sam Wheaton scored 7, 6 each for Riley Perkins and Tate Allen, and 3 apiece for Noah McNamara, Cooper Polonsky, and J.J. Lane. Pella ends up with 11 turnovers. Fairfield 12. So from that respect, a fairly clean game on both sides. There were a lot of fouls. Yeah. Both teams into the bonus in both halves early. And the one massive advantage tonight was on the boards for Pella. 46-25. As we talked about, that's good because of the rebounding. A lot of them were offensive rebounding. The bad of that is that we're missing a lot of putback opportunities. That's one area I want to talk to Coach Schulte about, and I'm sure he'll be trying to clean up, is just working on, you're going to have, you get offensive rebounds. It's tight. It's congested. It's physical down there. You got to find ways to put those back and finish.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like I said during the game, it can get into your head, and so sometimes you just got to be a little bit stronger mentally and find ways to finish. Again, it was a combination of a lot of things, but if that's what we need to work on, I'm okay with that.
Tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you at the Verduff Agency, providing complete, courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. This is our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We are live on 92.1 KRLS. We'll take a time out. Be back with more right after this. Pella 52, Fairfield 49.
Some call them small businesses. We call them a big deal. At Bank Iowa, we're doing big things for businesses of all sizes. From companies with a single desk or retail counter to those with multiple assembly lines and vast operations. Commercial loans, checking accounts, and treasury management, plus the resources you might only expect at a larger bank. Visit one of our 25 locations and let's talk about all the big things Bank Iowa can do for your business. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Loans are subject to approval.
At Menninga Pest Control, their slogan is that Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Now Sean wants you to join his team and kill other people's bugs. Menninga Pest Control has an immediate opening for a technician. Whether you're looking for full-time or part-time or even just seasonal, Sean is looking for you. He'll even train you and make sure that you get the proper certification to kill those bugs. Interested? You know the number to call.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
It's another red-hot weekend with a 3-day breakfast sale this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get a package of Eggo waffles for just $2.33. A 4-count of Bakery Fresh Jumbo Loaded Muffins are $4.99, limit 3. And a package of Thomas Bagels are just $2.99. And this Friday only, get a Hy-Vee kitchen breakfast, buy one, get one free. Find these deals and more with our Red Hot Weekend 3-day breakfast sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Have you ever thought about how many hours we spend in pajamas? When was the last time you bought yourself or someone bought you a new pair? At Embellish, we have the softest loungewear and the coziest pajamas for all your gifting needs this season. They'll make you go, ah, the moment you slip them on, giving anyone who wears them the ultimate feeling of rest and relaxation after a long day. Let's celebrate the joy of the season together this year at Embellish and Pella. Luxurious comfort is only a gift away.
The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town, but there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengracht, home to Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel. Dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengracht in Pella.
The signals on the car go blink, 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 blink. The signals on the car go blink, blink, blink at Central Tire and Auto.
We all share the road, so if your turn signals are burned out, stop into Central Tire and Auto and get them fixed. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new turn signals. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show, 52-49. Brian, Derek Schulte is on his way up. I'll give you a chance for some final thoughts on a double Dutch sweep.
Well, the girls obviously played well, finished well, and just a fun game for them. The guys, just a battle from start to finish. And again, a good learning experience. So a good night for the Dutch, and we'll move on from here.
See you down the road, my friend. Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right, we're going to take a 1-minute timeout. Derek Schulte will let him get settled in, and we'll join by the coach when we come back inside the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show.
Pella Printing recognizes each job is a unique and important part of your organization's brand image. By being flexible and reacting quickly, they've earned a first-class reputation in the printing industry and offer a broad assortment of quality printed products with speed and precision. From business cards to postcards, window clings to magnetic media, and banners, posters, window graphics, and yard signs, Pella Printing provides a unique and professional look to any project. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
As fall sports season rolls on, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville.
We got what you need to get you on the go.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show on 92.1 KRLS. It's our continuing coverage of Pella High boys basketball. Dutch earn another victory, 52-49 over Fairfield here on Tuesday night. And we're joined now by Dutch head coach Derek Schulte. This interview powered by Hy-Vee. Coach, bit of a dogfight down there, but you squeak out a 3-point win. What do you think?
You know, it was a grinder, and you could see that the free throw line played an important stat in this one. We found a way to beat a quality team, shooting 27% tonight, only shooting 57% from the free throw line. But what we did do is create a lot of second chance opportunities. We had us down for 20 offensive boards. We had a positive assist to turnover ratio and only 9 turnovers. We did a lot of little things well, just offensively. We just didn't shoot well, and some of that was shot selection. Some of that was just missed shots. Some of that's their defense. Once we clean that up, I think we'll have a chance to take a step forward from this one.
Do you, in this kind of a game, in this kind of a situation, are you more focused on what you did right or what you need to clean up? Or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. You know, I think this is a group we need to continue to praise and build on our strengths. And our defense has been our strength from the get-go. It's got to be the foundation of this team. And we were solid tonight. I thought in the first half we were just a step late on a couple shooters. Thought we did a better job in the second half. Just give number 11 credit. He made some tough shots, and he's an excellent player. But love the way that we won the battle on the boards. We've been preaching value the basketball. To have only 9 turnovers, that's a big win for us. And then, hey, on the offensive end, you can see every experience with this inexperienced group is going to be huge. And late in the game, we didn't handle that great, right? But when it came down to getting one stop, we did that. Trey got to the free throw line, makes 2 big free throws to end that game.
Well, you talk about the late game situation, and of course we're into some new late game situations this year with the addition of the shot clock. And I've not seen every game you've played this year, but this was really the first time I've seen the shot clock be a major factor in the game. You had one violation, you had one kind of late chuck that didn't go well. So, you know, how do we try to build on that and do better when that situation pops up? It inevitably will.
You know, I think what we did well in that situation is when we have a 6-point lead, whatever it might be, with a minute to go, we want to use clock. But we don't want to use all 35, right? And so we want to be able to use 15 to 20 seconds of that, be able to attack with about 15 to go and get a good look. Obviously, we got stuck in some moments there and had to force some tough shots. And a lot of that also had to do with Luke Hardman being out, right? And having a key scorer and a late game guy out of the way. Our execution wasn't as good as it needed to be. We'll look at that on film and clean that one up.
The one thing that I thought was really good was Trey Van Howen. First of all, 16 points. He led everybody in green and white tonight. But, you know, the rest of the team was, let me double check my math here. Take Trey out. The rest of the team is 6 of 14 at the free throw line. Trey's 5 of 5, including the 2 technical free throws. So you knew the guy you wanted to go to. And then late, you get the stop, and then it's Trey at the line, and he buries 2 daggers.
Trey was excellent both ways. You know, I think tonight we're going to see the 16 points. He hit a big 3 in the fourth quarter for us, and then multiple big free throws down the stretch. But his defense all season has been terrific. He often gets the top guy at the scout, sets the tone for it with his energy. He did an excellent job on number 2, who came in averaging 22 a game. And so, you know, we look at some of the offensive woes, but the defensive foundation, he's a key to that and has been terrific all year.
And that's something we just need to keep talking about, right? Because, and you and I talked about this on Friday a little bit. is if fans that don't pay super close attention, they're just used to, well, we're going to score 70 or 75 or whatever. And I think it's just got to be maybe a little recalibration for fans to understand that we might have to win a lot of these games like this year.
I think other than the offensive explosion at Washington where we hit 12 threes in the first half and 15 for the game, you've seen the consistency where we've been scoring in the 50s. And I do think that can go up a little bit once we improve our offensive execution and figure out some role pieces. But right now, our defense has got to be solid, because when you're only scoring in the 50s, there's not a lot of room for error. And you could see that tonight where all of a sudden it tightened really quickly. Proud of the final stops there, and get out of here with the W.
Do you have any concern about Luke Hardman and his long-term or even kind of short, medium-term? Do we have any idea yet? And again, kind of an inexperienced team, lost everybody from last year. Luke is one of those guys that is a big loss if he's out for any extended period of time.
We don't know anything right now. He'll obviously get evaluated. We hope for the best. Just all of our guys, we want them to be healthy and be able to participate and play the game they love. No news there right now, but I think anytime we lose a key guy, it is going to impact this group. We've got to have a great next man mentality to be ready to step up, but it will be an adjustment. And, I think with the break coming up, if we do have to do that, we at least have time to look at it.
Does it do anything? I know this is just kind of fresh, but if he's out a bit, does it do anything to what you want to do, or do you just try to plug other guys in?
I think we're going to play the same style, but I think how we attack does look a little bit differently depending who's on the floor. And so all of a sudden, if Braden's in there, or, you go down the list, if Tyson's in there, or Collins in there, or Cam's in there, those guys each have different strengths. And so we got to use those where, through all the summer and working when developing this team, we know Luke's strengths and have played to that. And so it's just going to take a little bit of an adjustment there. But every team battles this every year. Knock on wood, hopefully this isn't a long-term one, and we'll just wait for good news.
All right, up next Friday at Newton, a chance to move to 3-0 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. What do you think about the Cardinals?
Excellent basketball team. I think a preseason coaches poll would have had Indy Knoll at the top and then Norwalk and Newton right there in that 2 line, just because they return so much. They lose Mattis but return everybody else. They got a good win at DCG last Friday. It's a good rivalry. It's going to be intense. It's going to be physical. It might be a little chippy. Let's go on Friday.
All right, we'll see you then, Coach. Congratulations tonight. Appreciate it. Derek Schulte, our interview powered by Hy-Vee. Dutch win 52-49. We'll wrap up the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show when we come back.
Here at U.S. Cellular, we're committed to making wireless and internet accessible to every family in every town we serve, especially in and around Pella. New prepaid plans with hotspot starting as low as $25 a month, and unlimited home internet plans now starting as low as $50 a month. Plus, you could qualify for a $30 monthly savings through the Affordable Connectivity Program. Come to Strawber Cellular for qualification and details. Strawber Cellular is your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Maybe you've always prepared your own taxes and plan to do so again in the future. But in this past year, you had some changes in your life. You got married, you had a baby, you bought a house, you changed jobs, you sent your first kid off to college. Don't let changes in your life overwhelm you this tax season. Let the professionals at Van Manen, Seedstrom, Meyer, and Nickel help you with your tax preparation this year. Give them a call at 628-3737.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
If you're struggling to afford internet service for your household, Pella Fiber wants you to know that there's a new government program that may be able to help. It's called the Affordable Connectivity Program, and it provides up to a $30 monthly discount to qualifying households. Find more information about the Affordable Connectivity Program, including if you qualify and how to enroll, by visiting PellaFiber.com or call Pella Fiber at 628-4173.
Since 1960, families have been choosing Pella Regional Health Center for expert maternity care and a compassionate birth experience. And we're ready to care for your family's next generation, too. Did you know you can see the same doctor throughout your prenatal care and birth experience? Your doctor and their expert team will guide your delivery in one of our beautiful birthing suites with many amenities. Choose Pella Regional Health Center and experience trusted care for yourself. To make a prenatal appointment, call 641-621-2200.
If you're looking for the best burger around, look no further than Wood Iron Grill. Home of Iowa's Best Burger 2019, Wood Iron Grill serves delectably crafted cuisines and beverages with intentional service. Try their famous Iowa's Best Burger, their mouth-watering tenderloin, a chef's feature, or their unique spin on your comfort food favorites. At the Wood Iron Grill, they are deeply gratified by the opportunity to forge a legacy of inspiration, connection, and acceptance for all who enter. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time.
Do you know where to look if your pet goes missing in the Pella area?
This is Dr. Glenda Van Wyk at Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic. We are in partnership with the City of Pella and serve as the pound for animals found within city limits. If your pet gets loose or goes missing, please check in with our office. We love a good family reunion.
Sadly, some pets are never claimed by an owner.
Please check out our adoptables on petfinder.com or stop in our office during business hours. Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic.
Quality, compassion, family.
Are you considering home renovations this fall or winter? It's the perfect time to finish that basement, remodel your kitchen or bathroom, or even build that addition you've been dreaming about. Kent and DeHeisen Carpentry can turn your dreams into a reality, but their fall and winter schedule is filling up fast. Kent has over 20 years of experience and is licensed and insured. DeHeisen Carpentry will work with you from start to finish, ensuring the job is done right and to your satisfaction. For your next project, call the professionals at DeHeisen Carpentry in Pella, 780-1858.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. The Pella boys beating Fairfield 52-49. Time now to take a look at the road ahead, presented by Pella Motors. And the Dutch will head to Newton on Friday night to take on the Cardinals. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock and 6:15 for the opening tip of the girls' game. It'll be on the KRLS 2 stream at kniakrls.com. It's the final pre-Christmas game for the Dutch boys. The Pella girls do play Knoxville next week, so they'll have one more non-conference game. But final conference action for both the girls and boys. Pella at Newton Friday night. It'll be Phil Hemming and myself on the KRLS 2 stream at kniakrls.com on the road ahead, presented by Pella Motors. Well, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Let's take a look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard rundown. All of these are finals. Girls games earlier tonight. Pella 79, Fairfield 27. Knoxville beat Sheraton 43-39. Lewis Central over Norwalk 57-38. PCM beat Perry 43-31. Ogden over Pleasantville 54-39. In boys basketball, Pella beat Fairfield 52-49. Knoxville over Sheraton 63-56. Norwalk defeated Lewis Central 67-40. And Perry beat PCM 72-60 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All right, just a couple of last orders of business to take care of. First, let's go in closing, presented by Lighton State Bank. Give you a little recap of tonight's doubleheader. The Pella girls scored their most points in nearly 6 years with a 79-27 victory over Fairfield. Mia Warner scored 20 points. The Dutch forced 31 turnovers. They out-rebounded the Trojans 43-22, and they got a blowout victory 79-27. On the boys game, Pella led basically wire to wire. They've got it to as large as 10 in the second quarter. It was down as little as 2 in the third quarter, and Pella hangs on behind 16 points from Trey Van Howen for a 52-49 victory over Fairfield. The Pella girls improved to 4-2. The Pella boys are 4-1. In closing has been presented by Lighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. Thanks for listening to the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Tonight's game on 92.1 KRLS has been powered by Bank Iowa. And for those of you enjoying the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel, it's been presented by Infinity Physical Therapy. I'm Trevor Castle. Thanks for listening to Dutch Basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage and the home of the Dutch, 92.1 KRLS.
Thanks for tuning in to this exclusive presentation of live South Central Iowa high school basketball coverage on KNIA and KRLS, streaming at KNIAKRLS.com.